Every time I come in the kitchen, you in the kitchen, in the goddamn refrigerator.
I sure am hungry.
Yo, welcome back everybody to the Morning Dinner Podcast. It's your boy Key, man.
Chuck.
Hey, we got a whole system set up right now, bro. That's tight, huh?
Yeah, finally.
We finally, after 37, 38 episodes in, on today's very awesome special episode, we have Jeremy Lee.
What up?
What up, guys? Jeremy Lee in the house.
Jeremy Lee, I heard you like pizza, man.
I do like pizza.
What's your favorite kind of pizza?
I like just classic pepperoni, but like I literally eat any kind of pizza at any given time, anywhere. So
Same.
I don't care. Whatever it is,
So
I'll eat
even
it.
Hawaiian pizza?
Oh, yes. Dude, it's such a... Oh, my God. You want to get into Hawaiian pizza right
Let's
now?
get into it. Let's get into it,
Oh,
man.
my God. So I grew up eating pizza with my mom because my mom bought the pizzas when I was a kid, and she ate Hawaiian pizza. And so I grew up eating Hawaiian pizza, and I didn't realize it was a thing that people did not like until like a few years ago.
Hawaiian pizza for you was like the norm. Like that's what there was.
Yeah, that was just normal pizza.
Let's keep it real. Did you find out about pepperoni pizza first before you found out about pepperoni?
Yes.
Damn.
Yeah, I didn't know pepperoni was like just a thing. I thought it was like a topping.
It was part of the pizza.
Yeah, it was part of the pizza. That's what pizza is.
Let me ask real quick. Where were you born? Are you from Las Vegas or?
I was born in Anaheim, or let me be more specific. I was born in Fountain Valley, California, which is like 10 minutes from Garden Grove in the OC, like Orange County.
How far from Disneyland? That's a better point of reference for me.
I think I was like
20
20 minutes. 20 minutes.
So
yeah.
you pretty much a Disney baby, man.
Oh, yeah. I grew up in
tight.
Disneyland. Like, I go every single day during the school year when we were there. And we had the yearly passes when it was still like,
You could go almost every day, too.
Yeah.
Like,
all the time. Dude, me and my brother would be like, okay, we finished our homework. You want to go to Disneyland? Cool.
Yeah.
So we'll just hop
it's
on
just
down.
like a chill spot. It's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
let's
We don't even
chill.
go to the rides. We just
Yeah.
go there just to hang out and stuff.
I was born in East LA, man.
Damn.
Yeah.
Did you go to
It gave me
Disneyland?
a pretty good perspective on life.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. No, I was born in East LA, but as soon as I was like maybe a month or two old, me and my pops and my mom ended up going to like Baja Cali, which is like Mexico kind of like it's below the border.
Yeah.
It's past the border, so
you've been in the warm weather all your life then?
Yeah, pretty much, man.
Yeah.
Actually, the first time that I realized that it could ever snow was like 2000. It snowed in like 2001 here in Vegas, and
I remember that.
You remember that, bro?
Yeah.
When it was just like pouring,
Yeah,
and it was
crazy.
It was unheard
so
of.
Weird.
It was unheard. I've never seen anything like it, bro, before. So I was like, damn.
I think the only reason why I seen snow was because we went to Mount Charleston. And it was like, that was the only time
Bro,
you really
I think that
seen
was
it.
the first time I've seen snow was up in Mount Charleston.
Yeah, same.
I didn't even know Mount Charleston existed until I was like out of high school, bro.
Wow.
Yeah.
What do you think were the mountains around us?
I just thought those were mountains, bro. Like those are the mountains. That's like, on the other side, you go to California, and that's it.
Such a normal thing. It's like, oh yeah.
Yeah, I never went hiking, never went camping. Like it wasn't that.
Wow, bro.
It's all good, man. It's all good because I know about it now and I do it
You
now.
do.
Yeah.
That's
Live
fair.
it up, man.
That's fair.
So
Where
yeah,
were you born?
Here, born and raised here.
Born and raised here?
Yeah.
Okay.
I love
Yeah.
the city.
He's one of the few, the proud, the rare.
I see.
He's
That's
rare.
cool.
Fuck this city, but
But I still love it.
I
Too.
still love it,
whatever.
It's funny. We have this thing where he just says, "I'm rare. I'm rare."
who, me?
Chuck, yeah.
I never said
Yeah,
that.
you have. I'm rare.
I've never said that.
Okay.
I don't know, bro.
He gonna act brand new on me. That's fine. On today's
making up
episode,
shit.
we have Jeremy Lee. He is an independent filmmaker and creative here in Las Vegas. Do you want to give the people a little intro about yourself? Kind of tell them who you are and what you do?
I am Jeremy Lee. Started out just shooting videos just because I want to. Like, went to UNLV Film School. It's funny because when I first started out, I was all computer science, and I mean, I'm still in that field-ish, kind of like staying up to date. But transitioning to film from computer science was interesting because cinematography specifically, what I focus on, since I'm a cinematographer, if you didn't know already, is basically just computer science except with cameras. Like, you're just working with cameras.
I never thought about it that way.
Yeah, so it was an interesting transition for me because I was still kind of in the same mindset, just doing film instead. And we started out, me and my partner, Danny Shepard, who I founded the Ismahawk channel as we know it today.
Mm-hmm.
We met at Best Buy when we were first working. Like, I just graduated high school at A-Tech
You went to A-Tech?
I went to A-Tech.
Hey, you're talking to two people here who didn't get accepted
who
into
had
A-Tech.
4.0s.
Yeah, bro, we had 4.0s.
Man?
We just didn't get accepted.
It's a lottery.
Yeah, it's a lottery.
They don't choose by your GPA. They choose. It's literally a lottery.
Wow.
Yeah,
Well,
hold on. So you do you know something?
What?
Yeah, do you know somebody?
Do you know
Because I know
somebody?
you have to be like grandfathered in too. Like, there's two things you can either be is to like get in for sure. Like, if you have a family member in there,
Okay.
you can literally get.
Well, when did you guys go?
Well, I applied
2011 I graduated, so it's 4 years ago.
2004, 2005.
I think my class was the last class that was based on GPA, and then after that it was lottery.
Damn.
Yeah, because I remember that transition because my brother, my younger brother, was grandfathered in a couple of years later. I graduated 2009, and that was the last class that they just, like, they actually looked at your application.
Damn.
And stuff. Dude,
I don't
you
know.
guys missed it, man.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
It was
I'm a little
interesting.
salty.
Yeah, I was
'Cause
super
worked-
salty because
yeah,
I
bro.
worked so hard. Like, I fucking did so much to get that 4.0.
Yeah.
And then when I told, like, my counselors didn't even let me know, and I kept telling them I want to go to A-Tech.
Yeah.
I want to get in computer science
Yeah.
or computer engineering or whatever. And then they literally told me, like, oh yeah, it's actually a lottery. And I was like, what are you talking about? Like, they basically pick out a fucking hat, and they're
Yeah.
like, yeah. I was like,
Well, essentially too, because like A-Tech gets so many people that want to go to that school that at the end of the day, they can only accept so many 4.0s. You know what I mean? Like they have to start handpicking at some point.
Yeah.
So plus the only extracurricular that I had was orchestra. So I was like, I don't know, maybe they were looking for something else.
I feel salty for
It's
you
all
guys
good,
now.
man.
Like, I feel it.
Hey,
now
I went
too.
to Desert Pines, bro. I'm good.
I went to Mojave.
We had a lockdown because there was a shooting one time. I got some
All
life
good,
experience that
Same
A-Tech
here.
cannot give me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, I absolutely agree. Dude, A-Tech was weird. A-Tech was interesting. It's definitely a different crowd. It's
Yeah.
still a great school, just a really different experience than most other people have.
Wait, so you wanted to go for computer science? That means like taking computers apart, fixing them,
That's coding, right?
or is
No,
that
coding.
Coding. Okay,
Yeah, computer
so
engineering is what you're actually building with your hands.
I wanted to
Okay.
actually build computers.
Yeah.
yeah, that's what my dad wanted me to do.
Yeah,
That's probably why
so-
he wanted me to apply to A-Tech.
Yeah,
He's like,
dude.
computers are here to stay, mijo.
Yeah, no, it really
they
is. It
Yeah.
changed the game. It was crazy because the perspective on, I don't know, I guess my childhood and the rest of the world based in computer science, because we grew up in an era, like all of us, like where the transition from analog to digital into the internet, like
Yep.
we were in a weird time. And so
Oh,
like
for
going
sure.
to A-Tech, like for high school, that was a wacky experience, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, what got you into computer science though?
I mean, I've been building computers since I was like 4, 5.
Because it's so fucked. I didn't know what computer sciance meant. You know what I mean?
Well, you've been
Yeah.
building computers since you were 4 or 5?
Yeah.
Bro, I was like 13 when I found out there were computers.
Damn, bro. What are you
Wait,
doing?
no, hold on. I think I'm older than you though, right? I'm 20. I'm turning 28 in December.
Okay. Yeah, I'm 26.
Okay.
I'm turning
Oh, you're-
27.
Oh, so never mind then. We just
Damn.
didn't have a computer till yeah, bro. So I was way older.
Yeah.
So how'd you get into A-Tech? Because if he's older than you,
Huh?
damn,
Yeah.
fuck A-Tech.
Yeah, it's
I'm
all
just
good.
wondering.
Bro,
I really don't know, man.
I'm so salty.
I don't want to bring up
You're
that.
still salty.
I don't want to bring up that old scar, bro. Just,
Yeah, no,
just bury in the
I'm over
past.
it. I'm happy
Bury the
though,
past.
because then I found
man.
out how worthless school was, and I was like, you know what? I don't even give a fuck no more.
Wait, so you went to school for computer science at A-Tech,
Mhm.
and then you decided you wanted a career, and that's when you went to college for that, or did you switch it up? or-
So college was always a thing that I knew I was going to go to, just because, growing up, my family was like, "Hey, you should go to college. It'll help you get a
Yeah.
job." And I'm like, "Okay."
but did you want to go to college?
I guess yes, specifically because I wanted to keep, like, when I saw the catalog for the classes I was picking, I was like, this is dope.
Yeah.
I mean, I can sign up for anything I want and then like learn anything I want.
Yeah.
And I'm paying to go to learn it. That's cool because everyone there should be in that same mindset that they want to learn too.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, yeah, I'll go to college. I'll try it out. And so I went to UNLV to start in electrical engineering because I didn't want to do computer science anymore. That 4 years in high school of computer science just drained me. I was like, you know what? I don't want to do this as a desk job. So I looked at electrical engineering to actually build, robots and electrical systems, stuff like that, work with my hands. And so I spent like a year. So I spent a total of 6 years at UNLV. First year was electrical engineering. Second year was pre-med, so biology and stuff like that for neurosurgery. And then I quickly found out, like after a semester, I was like, no, not for me. Second semester, I took a break. third year, I did finance, I think, and then I switched to the dental program.
Damn.
And then I switched to computer science finally, going back to computer science after trying like all those different majors for the first 3 years. And I was like, you know what? Maybe I should just go back to what I know. So I went to computer science my fourth year. And after that fourth year, I was like, you know what? Maybe anything in like a solid career choice, like having a solid plan for your future is not for me because that's that's not the way I think. And so that around that time was around the time I met Danny, because right after high school I got my first job at Best Buy, and that's where I met Danny, and we became friends there. He went on to Apple, and I went on to work as a valet at Planet Hollywood, and was making money there. And in the meanwhile, we were still talking and making small videos together for his YouTube channel. The Ismahawk YouTube channel actually started out as Danny's, and that's where our name comes from too. It's
I was gonna ask.
Yeah, it's his gamer tag. And so when we first started making videos, we made a couple of like stupid short films. You know how we all do when we first start out filming stuff with friends. And one day, outside of the gym, because we used to work out together, we used to have brainstorming sessions out in the parking lot, like in the middle of the night at the gym. And so we'd be talking, and it was my turn to pick a video idea because we'd take turns picking ideas for the next video that we do. And I had a crazy idea because The Dark Knight Rises was going to come out the year after. I think
so you guys are like, oh, this movie's going to come out.
Yeah, this movie's going to come out. And I was like, dude, how much money are you going to bet that Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character is going to be like Robin or like the next Nightwing or something? And I was like, you know what? How about we make our own Nightwing? And
you guys predicted that?
It kind of like led itself to a point, because if you are into this kind of lore and you pay attention to
maybe because I'm not. When I saw that happen in the movie, I was sort of like, what?
Yeah, it's definitely a different experience. Like, especially talking to people who aren't into this kind of thing, or like who don't follow it like the way we do.
I mean, I follow a little bit of it. Like I like The Flash. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's probably pretty much my favorite one. And then you got all the Marvel stuff, but that's a whole nother universe.
Yeah.
I know that much.
It's funny because like all of us are like well versed in every single movie and lore, like. And
yeah, you
all
guys
the characters
are crazy with that.
And it's not. It's because we're fans, but like it's not. It's because we just keep up with it. Over time, over the course of our entire lives. That's pretty much it.
It's part of your culture, kind of.
Yeah, it is. It really is part of our culture now.
Wait, so that logo on your hat, that's the Ismahawk logo, right?
Yes, it is.
Now I have to ask, man. You said Ismahawk was his gamer tag.
Yeah.
But what does Ismahawk mean?
So.
Did he have like a pet hog or pet hawk?
No,
pet hawk, and he goes like, "Oh, that's Ismahawk."
So
Ismahawk.
When we his first gamer tag was Hawkeye's like 247 or something like that, and he was working at a Game Crazy, I think it was.
Damn.
Game Crazy. Are those still around?
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't think so. It went down with Hollywood Video.
Yeah, dude. You're right now is the first time I'm remembering Game Crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Dude, Game Crazy was dope.
Yeah,
so dope.
It was cool. So Danny was working that during high school, and all of his friends who worked there and his boss, they all had like really cool names for the gamer tags, and he was like, mine is just Hawkeyes with a number. I was like, I want something clean, like just one word.
I want a brand.
And so he was talking to his supervisor and asking, how do I come up with a dope name like yours and for my gamer tag? And he was like, well, think of stuff that kind of like applies to you, like your history, your culture, or like things that you like, and start from there. Like find interesting words, maybe make up some words, like take parts of different words and put them together. And so he took Hawkeye, the hawk part of Hawkeyes, just because it sounds cool, and he was reading up on his culture. Danny is Persian, and he was reading about like the origin of the assassins, because assassins originated in what is now modern day Iraq, in Persia. And the Isma part of it is the root word for Ismail or Ismaili, I think.
Ishmael?
Yeah. Like similar to that. And which is like a little small sect or group of Shiite Muslims who founded the Order of Assassins to, what it is today. And so he thought that was cool. Take the Isma word and put it with Hawk, Ismahawk.
Dang, that's
pretty
actually
deep, though. Like, cause like I never thought that hard for like a gamer tag.
Because
he
I
wanted
heard
something really cool, you know? So he came up with that, put it as his gamer tag, and then when he was making his videos, he needed to upload to YouTube. So he created a channel, just named it his gamer tag, Ismahawk.
Yeah.
And at the time, YouTube did not allow you to change your name or, you know, like change the different display name that you have now, like instead of like the company name and then the actual person's name.
Yeah.
The update for that rolled out a couple of years later, and we looked at each other and was like, so YouTube lets us change the name of the channel now. Should we keep Ismog, or should we name it like Danny and Jeremy or something like that, or like change it to our actual names? And I was like, I like Ismog. We should just keep it. So we just kept Ismahawk, and it's been like that ever since.
Damn.
And that was the birth of what the world would remember to be Ismahawk. Now tell the people.
We'll see.
tell the people. You guys specialize right now, because when you go on your YouTube channel, the most popular thing is superhero action films, right?
Yes.
Can you tell me a little bit about the process that goes behind into making those kinds of videos? Do you guys just randomly have ideas that go like, I want to make this, or this would be cool, or what inspires you guys to make these films?
That's literally what we do.
Yeah?
Like we'll sit around, come up with ideas, and it's most of the time just hanging out, chit chatting, and we'll come up with an idea. And I think it's because we are all actual fans of the lore and the content and the characters themselves. We think of it in a different perspective rather than, you know, like, oh, what would be a cool video, like this character versus this character, or, you know, some other thing. But since we're fans of these characters, we think of like interesting ways to match them up. And since Danny had already finished film school by the time like we started making videos for like officially for the channel, I had just started. He had a different perspective than I did, and we kind of just merged our ideas together. Like I came to those ideas in a I guess a more technical side of things, like, oh, how can we actually do this right now? And then Danny came from the side of like the creative,
like how
things.
like what scenes are we going to create? That kind
more
of
like
thing?
what would tell an interesting story, like between two characters, because you can just pick two characters that are similar to to each other and just throw them in a fight, but that wouldn't be interesting. What would be interesting is if you found characters that have I don't know, different backstories or different abilities, like emotional attachments to certain abilities, and put them together in a room. Like how would they react to each other?
Yeah,
I saw two of my favorite ones were the ones where you had the Flash versus was it the
Quicksilver?
Quicksilver. That's I was gonna say Quickster. That's how you know I don't know these characters. and then I saw the one where it was Deadpool versus Deadpool.
Yeah,
bro, those were so.
Yeah, I can't even. I've watched all of them.
I was like,
damn. I think it made me happy when I found out that you guys were from Vegas back in the day. I was like, damn, this is some quality shit.
Yeah,
I was like, this is Vegas.
Oh my god,
I had no idea.
Because I'm a big fan of Corridor Digital and all them, and it's like when I seen that out here, it made me so happy. I was like, oh, that's the shit we need, because we don't have creatives like that out here.
We're trying to bring it here, It's an interesting time right now, and because we're getting better at what we do and we're growing as a company, but we're also like in a time where the film industry here in Vegas is starting to grow too. Like grow differently than how it did, a few years ago.
How do you mean by grow differently? You mean by like the laws are changing for filming out here, or?
Laws, attitudes, people from LA, like LA crew coming out here.
Oh, you mean like more cultures coming into Vegas?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Like the film community itself is growing. It's building.
Because I've seen big movies come to Vegas, like The Hangover and all that stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I would like to see more independent stuff out here.
Yeah, there's actually I think 2016, there were 13 independent movies worked here. I worked 2 of them.
Oh, damn.
2017, I think another 21 independent movies were shot here. And then I think this year has been less so far, but I think that's because there were some like changes in laws and for the tax breaks that were here, because the new Tesla Gigafactory is building out here by the solar farm.
What's that? The Tesla Gigafactory?
Yeah, so Tesla is moving its battery manufacturing and car and engineering facility over here. Elon Musk is building an entire factory, and it's still being built right now. I think it's
big.
It's massive.
Is it a mile long, or is it longer than that?
I think it's going to be longer than that.
Wait, is it still Elon Musk? Because I heard he got kicked out of his own company, right?
I mean, he's not CEO anymore.
He shares
as of right now for the next 3 years.
Yeah.
But he's still like fucking doing shit.
He's like, I know everybody there. They're gonna do what I tell them to do.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just how that
like
corporate
they already
game
have
is.
a plan, so they're gonna follow the plan. It's just corporate bullshit.
That's why Mr. Robot taught me so much.
Yeah.
When I watched that, I was like, damn,
Absolutely.
This is really how it is.
Yeah,
Like,
it is.
So starting out,
Yeah.
when you were first starting out in film, like what were some of your biggest influences?
Quarter digital, like you said. It's crazy because when we first started out, like not speaking about film in general, like how we got into film itself, like when we were kids, but when we started the channel itself and started making videos, our influences were definitely like early YouTube.
Yeah.
Because what blew my mind at the time and what kind of pushed me to actually start making films was that other people on our level, like with our budgets, can do it too. Like on a penny, stretch a penny so far.
So that's the point where you realize, like, okay, I got no excuse.
Yeah, and I remember the moment too. It was 2006, late 2006 or early 2007.
2006.
Yeah.
Dang, that was a long. Was YouTube out at 2006?
YouTube first came online
2005?
in December 2005, I think, and
a
then
long time ago.
Damn.
and 2006 is really like the year where YouTube grew to where it is now. Like it really blew up.
Yeah.
And so at the time there was like a handful of channels on YouTube, and I still follow them, all of them now. And it's crazy that now we're all friends with those people like that I used to watch.
Tight.
It blows my mind. But I saw one of the first videos I've ever seen from Quarter Digital was their Frozen Crossing video for Modern Warfare 1 when it was first coming out.
Yeah.
They were still in Minnesota at the time, or they were there like visiting family, and they took that chance to film a video for the new Modern Warfare coming out. And it was all snow, and it looked awesome. And I remember watching that video, and I looked at the behind the scenes, read an article, and they said that they made that video for $400. And I'm like, what is going on? Like, you mean you can just spend $400, get a few friends together, get a camera from somewhere, and start filming stuff?
Yeah.
And eventually you'll get better and better to a point where you can actually make it look really good.
Yeah.
Because that video still holds up today, I think. Like, it looks awesome. And from then on, I talked to Danny because I knew Danny was making videos himself. And I was like, bro, you need help? And he was like, yeah, I need all the help I can get. Because at the time when Danny was doing his videos, not a lot of other people were helping out because they were like, obviously.
They didn't see anything in it.
No one saw anything in it.
Nobody sees the value in something until it blows up finally.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And like YouTube was so new. It just came out that year. And I was like, you know what? I should hit Danny up because this might be something. And I want to start making videos.
Wait, so this was 2006?
Yeah.
Oh, dang. Okay, so 2006.
Oh, no. I watched that video in 2006. I didn't hang out with Danny until like
2012, 11.
More like 2009, 2010.
Oh, okay.
I'd say. Yeah.
That's
So
when I graduated high school.
So you started making videos like 2009, you'd say, or 2010?
I'd say 2010.
Got
it
it.
was right after I graduated high school.
Dang, so you guys have been working together for 8 years now, huh? 9 years.
That's crazy. I didn't think of it like
long
that
time.
in a while.
I feel like you guys are gonna have a 10-year anniversary coming up, or like a 10-year.
It's like, oh no, I gotta remember what day is it. So we started making videos in 2010, and just started uploading our stuff. And when we did the Nightwing video, it was just like the three of us. It was me, Danny, and then one of our other friends who was lending his camera to us and who were just helping out a little bit. Was our first Nightwing video, and that just skyrocketed. It came out like a couple of days after The Dark Knight Rises came out in theaters, and I think it was just the timing and luck that it just blew up because we thought that Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character was going to be Nightwing, like reveal himself as Nightwing in the movie, and then at the end credits, like he was talking like, "Oh, my name's Robin." People were searching up Robin and searching up like that, and so it just jumped up in search results and it landed on the front page.
Now, is there a difference between Robin and Nightwing, or are they the same character but different universes, or
Robin,
how does that work?
So Robin and Nightwing are just names for like the mantle of that hero itself, and many people have taken up like that mantle.
Okay.
So like how Batman is just the name, Bruce Wayne was the original Batman, but there have been other people who have taken the name Batman, you know, wore the suit too. So Robin and Nightwing are two different.
Damn, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Robin and Nightwing are two different characters. Robin, like if you think the original Robin, Dick Grayson, think of it in terms like this. Like Robin was under Batman's wing, like he was the kid, the sidekick. And so growing up, Dick Grayson, Robin, pissed at him, left Batman, and became his own hero, Nightwing.
Nightwing.
So it's just Robin. Nightwing is Robin grown up.
Oh, that
by
makes
himself.
sense.
Yeah.
That makes a whole world of sense now.
Yeah.
When you put it that way, to somebody who doesn't come from like a comic book or superhero background,
exactly.
that makes a lot more sense. Because everybody's heard of Robin. Everybody who is not into that world, because of the Dark Knight film, because of the Batman cartoons, everybody knows it's Batman and Robin. They got songs about it, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah,
dude, that's like the tagline, Batman and Robin.
Yeah.
That was the whole show. That was the cartoon.
Yeah, like back in the day too.
Yeah. New Adventures of Batman and Robin.
When Batman
Which one was that? Which one was that one that was it wasn't Batman, but it was like a skinny kid and he had like the Batman outfit. It was it used to be like on channel 13, bro. They're in Saturday morning cartoons. I think he was like black and red maybe.
I know who you're talking about.
You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah,
I can't remember.
I can't remember though.
I don't know, because the thing is, like, I know with comic books and all that stuff, there's infinite universes, right? Like you can have so many variations of it, different storylines. I mean, that's why they have.
Are you talking about
games.
Teen Titans?
No, I'm gonna look it up right now as soon as I get some time.
Yeah.
But off the topic, you recently posted on Instagram about a collaboration with Screw Attack.
Yes.
Is there anything that you can say about that project?
We have a BTS of it, and if you want to see the
behind the scenes video,
a behind the scenes video on our channel. So Nightwing versus Daredevil is a collaboration between us, Ismahawk, and the Screw Attack YouTube channel, who is under Rooster Teeth, and they are some of the coolest people I have ever met. They're so nice, and it just came out of, I don't know, tweeting at each other on Twitter. And
no. So for real, like just tweeting each other.
Yeah, I mean, it really helps that we have verified accounts on Twitter.
Yeah,
it definitely helps a lot.
Yeah,
but I don't like the superhero fight community on YouTube is fairly small. I'd say like there's only a handful of YouTube channels that actually do the stuff that we do because you guys know how expensive it is to film stuff and make videos, right?
Oh yeah.
So couple that with the fact that VFX is super expensive, fight choreography is really expensive and hard, and like just the level that we're trying to do high production value stuff
every single time too. You're trying to like step it up.
Yeah, exactly, for YouTube. Like just let that sink in for a sec.
YouTube.
For YouTube. So there's only like 5 other channels I can think of, like Freddie Wong, you know, like Rocket Jump.
And even still, like I don't think they do the stuff that you guys really have done.
No,
wait, so for people who are out there listening, can you explain what Rocket, what's it called, Rooster Teeth is, and Rocket Jump and all these terms? Because there's a lot of people who listen to this podcast, but they're not necessarily into that world.
Yeah. So in this community of superhero fighting on YouTube, which is weird to say because I never really think of it like that, but it's definitely a community. There's a handful of other channels, and we are one of them, Ismahawk. Rooster Teeth now owns... This is like a whole bunch of...
Rooster Teeth owns a lot of stuff, don't they?
Rooster Teeth owns a lot of stuff, but only by proxy, because there's other companies that own Rooster Teeth, and they all own those umbrella companies.
Kind of how like Pepsi owns 5,000 different brands.
Wait, what's like the
but
main
even
YouTube one?
Pepsi's-
Maker? What is it? The Disney?
So those are MCNs.
Okay.
MCNs are multi-channel networks where if you think of MCNs are like the studio, the channels are the clients, like the actors and the stars and stuff like that. And so YouTube operates off of an MCN kind of networking platform where each MCN owns their channels and recruits channels under their wing, and they use those channels to like sell themselves basically in advertising and stuff like that. So the MCN that we are under right now is Studio 71, and Studio 71 also is partnered with, or manages rather, Quarter Digital and
Oh, so you guys
So
are
is
this,
it my bad? So is it like an agency almost? Like, do they help you
similar.
out? Like,
Yeah.
getting,
I was
like,
gonna say,
ads and
what's
whatnot?
the benefit of going with somebody like that?
So when you sign up with an MCN, you get assigned an agent or like a manager. Like he helps manage your, not like whole branding. Like you still have to do all your stuff, but he or she, whoever your person is, your contact at the MCN is, they help bring in brand deals. They help advertising. They help collaborations. Like if we wanted to get someone else who's also under Studio 71 in one of our videos, they can link us up because they all work together.
That's so tight.
Yeah, I think Film Riot used to be under one.
Yeah, Studio 71 manages The Rock's YouTube channel too. So we are like 1 degree away from The Rock.
Damn.
But
That's
we
so
just
tight.
can't get him in a video because he's so busy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So busy.
I mean, even no matter what kind of connection you have to somebody like that, when they're so busy, their schedule, their time, literally, it's not available.
it's just
so.
hard.
Wasn't it like the Corridor Digital? Didn't Sam like interview him or something? The Rock. Or am
Yeah,
I
I think they
tripping?
did.
it was just funny. He's
Oh,
like, yeah,
yeah.
this
Real
fool's-
quick,
cool.
this is what I was talking about.
Oh yeah, Batman Beyond.
Batman Beyond. That's who it was.
Oh,
So
I
that's
remember
the
that.
next Batman in the line. Like I said, there's Bruce Wayne isn't the only Batman. That's the next Batman in line.
Oh.
See, I never knew this.
Yeah.
See, yeah, because
So-
he came from a more futuristic timeline.
Exactly. That's so.
I like
in
that.
that show, Bruce Wayne is like 90 years old or something, and he
Yeah.
recruits Terry McGinnis, that guy.
See, that's one of the things too, man. I feel about comics, and I'm just gonna vent. I feel like there's so many different universes, routes, alternate this and that it feels like for somebody like me, I don't know where to start. You know what I mean? Like, what's the original? Like, where should somebody start if they wanted to get into like all this stuff?
Literally, just go to your local comic book store and ask the person in front, because I guarantee you, every comic book store has the cashier or whoever works there who knows about all this stuff, and they'll usually
they have
recommend
dedicated
stuff.
their life to that, right?
Yeah, exactly. And they'll
Literally.
recommend you stuff. And really, if you really don't know where to start, just start with the latest issue of something. Like, pick a character, pick up that comic, and just start reading.
And then finish that whole series. Because I'm in the anime, and that's
Yeah.
how I feel with it a lot
Exactly.
of the
And
times.
in comic books too, like at the beginning of the issue, they usually tell you like if you're missing something, you should read this issue first before reading that. So they'll help you. Like, they know what it's like to just, be blind,
Be
to
overwhelmed by all that.
Exactly.
Do you watch anime?
I used to a lot.
Oh,
I
you
just don't
used to?
have time anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, I really want to pick back up. Like,
Yeah.
I was watching My Hero Academia.
Yeah.
Oh
That's so
my
good.
god, so good! That storytelling, the acting, the voice, like everything about it.
The fact
Incredible.
the fact that was it Chris Sabat is the voice for
Oh yeah,
bro, that's one of
what's
my
his
favorite
name?
voice actors.
Oh, I don't watch it in
What?
dubbed.
Chris Sabat? Oh, you don't watch this?
No,
yeah, he
I
watches the
can't.
subvert. Or
I don't know.
That's
I
fair.
for some reason I just because I don't pay for it, so
No, it's free.
I find off one of those sites and I'm like, oh,
You go to Funimation. I think it's free.
really?
Yeah, I could be
Yeah.
lying. Maybe I pay
I
for
don't
it. I
know.
don't know.
should be now.
I guess I just like the sub version because it just feels a little bit more. Because I've been watching
Yeah.
anime I watch so much anime. That's all
Yeah.
I watch.
Yeah.
It's like I'll literally any new seasons that come out for
Mhm.
any new anime, I'll watch them all
Mhm.
and just give them a try.
See, I feel
that's
I
cool.
feel like for me, I'd rather watch the dubbed
Dubbed.
version because then I can have some leeway of being able to do other things as well. So I can
see.
be watching the episode, hearing it, but also edit a photo shoot or something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
As opposed to just having that. That's why
Dude,
I can't play
how do you
video
guys
games.
do that? I can't put anything on and then like
nah,
just
me either.
work.
I can put music, but it has to be no lyrics,
I see.
like jazz.
Yeah, I mean, I can't edit video when I'm watching,
yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
Dude, it's crazy how so many people watch stuff, like put a show on in the
Yeah.
background and they work, because I can't do that. Because when I put on a show, I need to sit down and watch it.
yeah,
Yeah.
same here.
I get drawn and I want to pay attention. Like,
See, that's the same reason I can't play video games, bro.
Really?
I can't sit down and do something. Like, if I'm doing just one thing,
Yeah.
I feel like I'm wasting my time and I could be doing two things.
yeah.
You know what I
So
mean?
that it's a hard lesson to learn for me,
yeah.
because I've gotten to a point where I'm like, dude, don't multitask all the time. If you like, self-care is important,
Mm-hmm.
and that's something that a lot of people in our industry specifically, and just like entrepreneurs, or like in our age group, like millennials and
Yeah.
stuff, like working towards a goal, you tend to draw yourself too thin just because you're so focused. Oh, I need to get from here to here. But like, that's part of the journey, is getting there, And
Yeah,
so if
for
you don't
sure.
take care of yourself and just enjoy things, like just sit down and play a game, then you're never going to do it. And you're going to miss out on a whole thing, especially in our industry. And learning that over the past few years is like really eye-opening. Like, for example, this new Spider-Man game that came out.
Oh, I heard it was dope.
Dude, it's incredible. And if I didn't play it, then I wouldn't have all of these new ideas to put
That's
onto
true.
paper,
That's true.
Yeah.
Like,
It could get deep, you know what I mean? Like, that's how I see a lot of things. Like, I play games, like, and especially, League of Legends, all that.
Mhm.
So my strategic skills start working, and I can actually like use that in real
Yeah.
life, like day-to-day things. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
dude,
Like, It keeps your brain on. Now, if you're playing like Grand Theft Auto and you just go around shooting people, like, that's why I can kind of see shit being a little brain dead. But when you actually have to complete things,
Yeah.
it feels good too.
It
I
does
don't know.
feel good. Like, you're accomplishing something else,
Mhm.
And dude, even Grand Theft Auto, like, even if you do play
The
Grand
missions.
Theft Auto,
If
the
you do the
missions are
mission-
cool,
yeah.
but like, dude, so Ismahawk is part of Facebook's gaming pilot program.
I saw that. So you guys live streamed your video game playing,
Yeah,
right?
Tight.
and it's funny because it comes full circle. We used to play Grand Theft Auto mindlessly, and now we pay, like, we get paid to play it.
That's so
You
dumb.
know?
Yeah.
That's so
tight.
like, if you don't just go out and do stuff, you're never gonna get the chance. You know, like going out hiking and stuff like that. Like I go out hiking, yeah, it's cool and it's fun, but I also look at it in a way where, specifically for me as a cinematographer, when I see stuff that is really nice in real life, I try to replicate it or like capture that essence
inspiration
on film.
from everything.
It's inspiration. Anything you do other than what your job is inspiration for what it is you're trying to focus on, you know? Like
True
your
that.
creativity.
Man.
The last game I played was God of War, the new one. What's it called?
Dude, it's just God of War.
It's just God of War,
I just
right?
finished that. It is so incredible. It's mind-blowing. And I'm already like just watching that game, I learned more about storytelling and narrative, like, and how to frame stuff.
They always kill it, bro. You know what's funny is I was playing that new one, and then I'm thinking to myself, like, damn, I remember the first game that came out, the first God of War that came out in like was 2005 or something like that. Yeah, long time ago. I was like, I remember that game. That game blew my mind when I first played it. I went back and I played it, bro. I was like, what is this,
dude?
Why does everything look so blocky? Like
it doesn't hold up well.
It doesn't, bro. But at the time, compared to what was coming out, it was like revolutionary.
Yeah,
kind of how I feel about Prince of Persia. Like that game, because I had played that game. Like I played all of them. Yeah, dude. The sands of time.
Did you finish God of War?
Yeah.
The new one?
Yeah.
Dude, the storytelling in this and the acting,
God of War,
the writing is so good. And if I didn't just take a break and sit down and play God of War, I wouldn't have gotten that story in my repertoire and like my library in my head. Because now I can use all of the lore and the writing style, the way that they do things and the way that they tell stories in God of War in my work now too.
Damn, so that's crazy. You can legitimately say like, yo, if you catch me playing video games for 6 hours straight, I'm literally working right now. Yeah. You can say that. Yeah. Because it is your job.
It is. Dude, we are in this creative space. So anything creative you do is your job. Yeah. And don't forget that, because people tend to think, oh yeah, I'm just watching the show. That means I'm not working. No, you are working. Like, but you have to be in that mindset that you're working, you know? Because if you're just mindlessly watching something, you're not going to get anything from it.
That's true, man. Yep. That's true. A lot of the things that we watch, even like from TV shows and movies, they all inspire you in some way. If you're open to that, you know, if you're watching while watching that show with the mindset of like, oh, that would be tight for me to try, or how can I make that differently, or how can I take that and you know.
And and same goes for watching stuff that you don't like or stuff that you normally wouldn't watch. Yeah, like if you don't like something, keep it in your mind. Okay, don't do that. Or don't do it that way, or like think about how you would do it, you know?
Literally expose yourself to everything.
Yeah, exactly. And some people get like tunnel vision, you know? Like they get, I don't know, in their own little bubble sometimes. Yeah. You got to break out of it sometimes.
Yeah, that's why I try to do everything. And that's more of just because I'm jack of all trades, but good at none.
Yeah, same.
Like I'm just like, oh, I like making music right now. Like I'll literally stop everything and just make some music. Yeah. I'll go like web design. I'll just watch people make building websites.
Yeah, he just started doing that too. I was like, bro, what are you doing?
That's cool, man.
You know?
Yeah, just try to do everything, because it's
that's
fun.
Literally what I do too. Like just either because I want it or out of necessity. Like I build almost all the costumes that we use in our videos.
Yeah, I want to start doing that too.
Dude, you need to start, man. There's only a handful of like costume makers and prop makers in Vegas. So
the one I know, what's his name? He was at our studio. Junior.
Oh yeah.
He worked at David Sachs back in the day.
Oh, he's dope.
He's dope. He makes some dope shit. Him and this older dude. But yeah.
We used to have a studio downtown in Vegas. It was like on the second floor of this old building.
Commerce.
Commerce Street in like Wyoming.
Or Wyoming.
Yeah. You said Utah.
There's a Utah Street.
There is?
Yeah.
Oh,
there's
shit,
Colorado too.
Never mind then. But yeah, the dude was downstairs, had a whole shop with just props, bro. And I was like, damn.
And they made some dope shit. Like I was like, oh damn. And nobody knows about it.
And they were constantly busy, because you could tell like there was not a lot of people who were doing what they did, because it was so intricate, you know?
Because he brought the guy who did Batman. The guy who did most of in Dark Knight. It's like he was just like, you know, chilling with them. He did all the props, like built everything. Like
I feel like I know I've met him before. I can't remember.
You probably have. Because it's crazy. Like I was just like, I didn't know how serious shit got, but he's like, oh yeah, when computers explode and shit, he's like, I have to remake the whole entire computer all the way to the keyboard. He's like, there can't be real shit in there. Yeah. Because people will get hurt, you know? And I'm like, damn.
Wait, so going back to Ismahawk, is it just you and Danny, or is there a team behind it? How does that work?
It's a whole team now. We've grown to over 10 people or something like that in our network.
Damn.
But like our core team is really 6 or 7 people ish.
Mm-hmm.
So it's me, Danny, and our friend Melissa. And I'm head of production. Danny's creative director, and Melissa is operations manager. So she helps us with a lot of all the day-to-day stuff, like the organizational stuff, taxes, like just accounting, and everything that helps gets us in order. And I handle everything that's on the production side.
Now, that is something that you guys didn't learn in school. Is it like that's something that you had to kind of figure out?
Yeah, we had to figure it out ourselves. And I specifically, because Melissa came from the tech world. She has helped fund like $1 million startups in San Francisco and stuff like that. And how we know her is she used to work with Danny's older brother, Chris Shepard, who founded HashRabbit, which is a Bitcoin company, cryptocurrency. And
I'm familiar.
And so Melissa, that's how we got to know each other. And then she came over, and because she wanted a career pivot, she didn't want to stay in like the tech startup industry and stuff like that. And so jumping over to our side, the film side, I brought most of the film knowledge to Melissa, and she merged it with her knowledge of how to run a startup and indie productions and stuff like that. So that's how we merged together. So like that's our 3 pillars. Like me, Danny, and Melissa.
Do you guys get interns and stuff like that?
Yeah, we do. We have 2, 3 right now. 3. We have 3.
Okay.
Yes.
Because if you're looking for a 4th, I was gonna ask you what has been your biggest hurdle in this entire production of Ismahawk and creating your content and everything that you guys have accomplished?
Biggest hurdle? I'd say the biggest hurdle is an ongoing hurdle. It's just staying consistent.
Staying consistent?
Yeah, staying consistent, because people tend to like drop off after a while. I don't know how else to explain it. Like, not like distance, but like people usually look to a leader to keep them going. Like if someone doesn't give them a task, they're not going to like actively look for a task, you know? And so that's just natural, like people's natural states. And so just staying consistent, even on our end, like just keeping it up, that's been the hardest part.
So you mean like with your actual, with your team and making these films?
Yeah.
Not so much like the audience.
Well, that's a whole other thing. Like it actually running a business, that's its own bucket right there. But like the actual like living your life and forwarding your career, that's the biggest ongoing. And that's why I said ongoing hurdle, because it's going to be, it started when we started making films, and it's going to end when we die. So it's an ongoing hurdle all the way to the end. Just staying consistent. And that's the biggest thing. Like anytime we go to any of these conventions, we do panels, people ask us online, like, how do you make a YouTube channel? And I just tell them, dude, be consistent. Whatever it is you want to do, just keep at it. You know?
Yeah. It's crazy. There was this dude that I used to watch on YouTube, Jeremy Rain Haints, or I can never pronounce his name. It's like a tongue twister.
Yeah.
But he didn't have any subscribers. He had like maybe 50, 100 subscribers, you know, but he was posting every day, literally. And for some reason, I was drawn back to keep watching his content left and right. I didn't know why.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't like a crazy vlog. It was literally him walking around his house, talking to the camera, giving his philosophies on like a TV show that he just watched, because he was a screenwriter.
Content is king.
Yeah.
You like the content.
You know what I
so
mean? And but it's like, but if I watch it, if I showed it to somebody who wasn't in this industry, they'd be like, oh, that's boring.
Yeah.
Why are you watching some dude walk around? But for me, I found something else with the knowledge he was given and kind of just the content that he was putting out that it drew me to come back and keep watching.
Yeah.
And I watched it for like a straight year.
I think it's that whole thing you said. It's just too, the thing about people is somebody out there is going to like it.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And
somebody.
Whatever it is that you like to do, there's always a way to make money off of it. That's just the world we live in. Capitalism.
Especially now.
Yeah, especially now with the internet.
Yeah.
Like,
I heard what's his name, Gary Vaynerchuk talk about it. He's like, what? Do you like old school Pokemon stickers? That's fine. Make a business out of it.
Yeah.
You can literally make a business out of anything.
There is right now on eBay. There are like plenty of stores that make their entire revenue off of selling old Pokemon stickers.
It's like magic cards and shit. Like people fucking flipping magic cards, making hella money.
Dude, making hella money. It's ridiculous. So whatever it is that you like, there's a way to make money off of it.
Damn, that's deep right there.
Yeah, because I know there's a guy out here. He flips Supreme gear. Bro, he has a fucking beautiful store.
Yeah.
Like, and he's killing it.
Wait, he flips Supreme gear? Like he's like
he's selling like that Louis Vuitton Supreme shirt for like $5,000.
Yeah,
and it sells.
So funny thing, Danny's parents, they were in insurance for the longest time, but now recently, like in the past year or two, they've sold the insurance business and just kind of did their own thing, like separately. And Danny's mom loves fashion, and she loves to thrift too. So she'll scour eBay, scour like thrift shops and stuff around town, and just find like really nice items that have been just ended up there. Like
it's dead stock now.
Yeah, dead stock now. But she'll take it, spruce it up, fix it up or whatever, and then flip it on eBay for like 5 times the price.
Damn.
Yeah.
Like, just last year, I think she sold a Louis Vuitton jacket, leather jacket that was from the 90s or something that she found at Goodwill for like $10. She took it home, fixed it up, sold it for like $1,500.
Was it real?
Yeah, it was real. What the fuck? Yeah, dude. Like, there's a way to do anything.
There's no excuses.
There's
basically.
no excuses right now.
I mean, even like not even talking about hustling like that.
Yeah.
But let's just say if you don't have a job, but you want to make money, dude, go get Uber, go get Lyft, go get Postmates, go like there's so many apps. Even if you don't have a car, there's apps that'll let you take on side gigs, like literally fix somebody's kitchen or fix somebody's car, whatever it is, and they pay you out of pocket.
Yeah.
Like my brother was showing me the app. He's like, dude, somebody wants me to take this mattress from like 3 streets over for $50.
Yeah.
I'm like,
fucking do it.
Yeah.
That's like lunch for like 3 or 4 days, you know? Like,
Yeah.
fucking do it. Whatever it is you need to do, go and fucking do it.
Yeah.
Like our friend Tony. So the core 4 of us that started making our own videos on Ismach before Melissa came was me, Danny, Tony, and Noel. And Tony and Noel, they Noel still has a day job, but he's working on quitting his job to just do this full time. And Tony recently just quit his job, his day job, and is literally just freelance right now. And to hold him over, he just did Lyft and Uber in between, and that held him up.
Wait, so then let me ask you, because that was going to be one of my upcoming questions, is do you think somebody who's trying to have a career in the arts, whether it's their YouTube channel or just doing freelance full time, should they work up to it, or do you think anybody can literally just stop what they're doing right now and go do it?
I can't speak for everyone's circumstances, but what I can tell you is that when the time is right, you're not going to know it. Like, you're not going to know it. So the best thing to do is just to do it right now.
Yeah.
Like, for example, Danny, he worked at Apple. He worked at Apple for like 7 years, and he only quit 5 months ago.
Damn.
To do, like, we've been running Ismahawk since like 2010.
Right.
He just quit his day job 5 months ago.
Dang.
And you never know when the time is going to come to quit your day job and just start doing this full time. The only way to do it is to just do it and not have a plan. And not have a plan as in like, oh yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do now, but like, that you want to be an artist, or you want to do this with your life, or you want this to be your career. So you have a direction. You just don't have the steps to get there quite yet. And you'll get to a point eventually as you're working on your art or whatever it is you're trying to do where you see the path more clearly. Like, the street is still dark, but you see at least, the street lights down there, and you're like, okay, maybe I'll head in that direction. But right now you don't know what's in between the darkness. And so you have to just take the jump. With Tony, or with Danny, he asked me, should I quit my job right now? And I told him, what, do you want to work at Apple for the rest of your life? And just kind of stood there for a second, like, all right. Next day he quit.
Dang.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and with Tony, he was also at Apple, and for the longest time, because he has a family now, he has a baby to take care of, so that's like a little different situation, but still the same concept, because he'd been working at Apple, saving up money, doing Ismahawk stuff with us, like on the side, because he was working full time, but then eventually got to a point where he's just not happy at his job anymore, and he was like,
oh, is he like a camera op?
No, he's acting. He's primarily an actor, but he's ADing on our sets right now.
Okay.
But there came a time where he didn't realize, and we all saw it too, where he was just unhappy and just stressed out all the time.
Yeah.
And just one day, under weird circumstances, he left his job, and he was forced to leave his job and never looked back. And that was like 2 or 3 months ago, and he's doing fine right now. Like,
it's that fight or flight, right?
Yeah, exactly. If you
fuel
know,
burned.
like, you know what you want to do, you know where you want to go. So just quit your job, and like, you're forced to do it now. Like, you have no excuse. You're not like, oh, I still need to save up, or I don't have enough money, or stuff like that. And I don't know anyone else's circumstances, but like, strictly speaking from my perspective of what we've experienced in our group in Ismahawk, Like, if you force yourself and just take away what your safety net is, you're forced to do whatever it is you need to do.
Yeah.
And that is the most refreshing thing ever. Because like I said, the biggest hurdle from before was like just keeping consistency up. And if you take away the safety net, now you're like, oh shit, now I have to do this to, keep consistent, and that fight or flight response is refreshing in both mind and body, because now you're like, oh wow, I can do it. I just didn't know I could do it before.
Especially if you're unhappy with your current job, because that's another whole nother mental, psychological thing that can weigh down on you and even eat away at your creativity.
Yeah, it could be even worse staying there,
Like, because we say this on this podcast, we both have jobs right now, full-time jobs, but it's also like our full-time jobs, they don't stress us out, and they're not taxing on it allows us to have a schedule that we can stay consistent to with as far as our freelance also goes, but also this podcast, we do them at night, so it's like Tuesdays and Fridays. We have the time to do it. They're not hindering to the stuff that we're doing outside. Could I be doing more freelance? Sure, if I was available at 8, 9, 10 in the morning. However, the majority of a bulk of both of our work falls outside of those times. So I also say is if it's not mentally depressing you, I mean, make it work how you're gonna make it work. But also, like I said, if freelance is what you want to do full time, if you want to be a working professional, you want to be out there, you have to make that jump eventually, because that's the only way you start getting more jobs is by being consistent and working with people who are currently getting those jobs.
All the opportunities that are going to come your way once you like just focus full time on what it is you're trying to creatively do, you don't see it right now. Like before Danny quit his job, he was like, okay, how are we going to sustain Ismahawk? And then right after he quit, like he had no safety net. But all of a sudden, everything just started lining up. Like we got the gig from Screw Attack for Nightwing versus Daredevil, a video that we've been wanting to do since Nightwing the series, like 4 years ago.
It's kind of like the law of attraction too, right? The more you're in it, the more things from that industry tend to gravitate towards you, right? The more you're available, the more work days that you can be filming stuff till 2, 3 in the morning. You start building these relationships. The more you're gonna be in it, and the more gigs you're gonna start getting.
Because dude, as a working professional and as a freelancer, you need to dedicate 100% of your time to your career. And any time taken away from that is time that you could be working. Or like forwarding yourself, Well,
let me ask you this then. How do you separate your work life, your freelance life from your personal life? Is for you, is there a cutoff time where you're like, okay, well, after 9 o'clock, I'm not going to answer emails, or, how does that work?
That's an interesting question, because I was actually talking to this with Nico from Corridor Digital, and they work off of office hours. Like, he personally, after a while of just working on Corridor Digital for a few years, he was burning out. And at some point, you are going to burn out. Like, that happens to everyone, no matter who you are. And so for him, his solution was to have a cutoff time. After 7 p.m., he just leaves everything and goes home and just has a normal life. And he tells himself if he didn't get the work done that he needed to get done that day by 7 p.m., then that's on him, not on the circumstances.
That's kind of tight.
So that's one mindset. For me, I really have no boundaries.
You're constantly in the work.
Yeah, I'm constantly in the work, especially since our studio and our workspace is the house itself. It's a home office. So like I live my life as work. Which I don't recommend to everyone, and that might not be your situation,
Yeah, definitely. You need to have some level of restraint, right? Because I was talking to this wedding cinematographer, Rob Adams, and he does high-end cinematography in New Jersey, like wedding stuff. And he used to work out of his home. But he doesn't recommend it to everybody because, what time do you start working? What time do you go to sleep? When are your breaks? If you're literally your couch and your desk are right next to each other, who's to tell you're not going to sit down on the couch and start watching TV for 3 hours straight? It's your home. You know what I mean? So it's like there's definitely like a whole psychology behind it. I mean, you've obviously mastered it because you guys are killing it.
We've done it for a while, so we've had time to iron it out. But like for everyone else, it takes time to figure out what you want to do. And a home office, like as of right now for us, it works because of the way that our team is laid out and the way that we collaborate. but it doesn't work for the film side of things because all of our gear and our stuff is in a house.
Yeah.
And we're constantly running into space issues. We're actually going to move out soon.
To a studio or a bigger house?
Bigger house, probably. Because, like I said, our situation works well with a home office as of this moment. Mm-hmm. But eventually we'll get a studio. Like, because to be able to separate film and freelancing from your normal life, that's awesome. But for me, like, and awesome for everyone else on the team too, because they all have, you know, their lives. But for me, like, my mindset personally is always just, oh, I live in this world now, you know? So I have to be absorbed in it. It's kind of like, I mean, it's a terrible analogy, but it's like learning a new language, you know, you immerse yourself in it to learn it. And so
I don't know where I heard it, like if you move to a new country with no background on the language, it would take it was a certain amount of time, like it takes you
it's
X amount of
faster.
months for you to become like a novice in it, but if you really want to become an expert, you got to immerse yourself for like a year or two, and you'll know the language.
Exactly. Like you can only read so many books and, you know, just do it, you know, on your time, but then if you immerse yourself and throw yourself in that world, you're going to be thinking in that mindset 100% of the time. And for us, like, and with Ismahawk's whole, I guess, workflow and philosophy is like we're always trying to better ourselves, and our work and our career is like who we are, you know?
Yeah.
Like it's so intertwined and connected with us that it's hard for us to separate it at this moment, you know? Mm-hmm. So it's definitely an interesting balance.
So you've been working on Ismahawk and freelance for how long now, as far as like, well, when was the last job you had, like 9-to-5 job?
My last day job was at Planet Hollywood, and I left in 2012.
Oh wow! So you've
2013.
You've been at it for a minute then.
And then you were just doing freelance after that?
Yeah.
And Ismahawk, of course.
Dude, it's funny because when I was at Planet Hollywood, the people there are great, but the actual like job and, you know, the whole organization itself sucks ass.
You heard it here first, guys.
But specifically, like when I was working there, I was like just making mad money because valets make a lot of money. And so I got sucked into it for a bit, just working as a valet. And I was 19 at the time, and I was like, fuck yeah, I'm making a shit ton of money. I'm gonna like,
you're like, I'm set.
I'm finally like getting the stuff that I want to get, like I've been wanting to get for a while. And
so was it your job that allowed you to buy your camera and all that stuff?
Oh no, not at all. No? I blew all that money on stupid stuff. Yeah.
Were you like the sneakerhead and you were like?
Oh no, I was buying like
games,
clothes.
Taco Bell.
Yeah, Taco Bell. Like just eating out nice, I guess. Yeah, it was dumb. Also paying for classes because I was still going to UNLV at the time.
Yeah.
And dude, it was madness. And I got to a point where I'm like, you know what? I don't really give a fuck about this job. Like, I just want to focus on making, because around that time we started making videos for the channel. And so the more videos we made, the more I was like, I really like doing this. I don't think of it as work at all.
Yeah.
Is this viable? And then came out with our Nightwing video. Then we did the Kickstart and started doing Nightwing the series. And when we did the Kickstart, I was like, you know what? This is actually, like, we're actually doing this, because I had to take a moment and step back and like look at what we've done so far. Because, you know, when you're the one doing it, you're in your own head and you're like, fuck, I need to get better. I need to do this better. I need to get to the next step. But sometimes you just need to take a moment and take a step back and see what you have already done. You're like, oh, wow, we actually did a lot. And it was at that moment where I was like, you know what? Maybe a career in film is viable, because all my life growing up, I hear like, oh, you're never going to make money as an artist, or, you know, whatever you do in the creative field, like fine arts and stuff like that. Yeah. That's not a solid, reliable gig. And then at that moment, I was like, maybe I don't need a safety net. I don't need reliability. I don't need consistency in...
Well, and it also comes down to a point where you minimize your expenses, right?
Yeah.
Like, you have to, like, you know, if you have a $800 a month car payment, $1,500 in student loans, $1,000 rent.
Yeah.
For sure, think about it before you jump into that world. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But
because you can't just like, this is speaking in a perspective of like, oh yeah, you've already been working. Like, you're constantly working at your what it is you want to do, and you know what you want to do. Like, if you really don't know what you want to do and you have no plan and you just straight up quit your job because you don't like it, now that's, you know, that's not
hopefully
what
you have
I'm
a lot of money
about.
saved up.
Yeah, hopefully you do have a lot of money saved up. But like, speaking from our perspective, where we know what we want to do and we already see the path. Like, it's clear to us that, you know, we can't just waste our time doing stuff that doesn't contribute to that, you know?
Yeah.
And at Planet Hollywood, I got to that point where I was like, you know, I don't really like doing it. Like coming to this job is a chore. Going to make videos, even though it's like 10 times the fucking work, and doing it for free, I'm like, this is like what I want to do.
It's crazy that you mentioned that, because there are, like, I've been in I've done gigs where I'll do like a 10, 12 hour shoot, bro. My body's aching at the end of the day, like I'm tired, but I love it so much.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. As opposed to when if I go to my job,
fulfilled.
If I go to my job after 3-4 hours, I'm like,
like I'm already looking at the clock at 15.
I'm like, is it time? Yeah. So like, and it doesn't. There's no like measure as far as like how much physical strength or exhaustion that my body gets from it. Yeah. But bro, like I can work 12 hours doing something I love,
dude,
and then an hour or two at something that I don't like to do, I'll notice that more, and I won't want to do that as much.
Dude, it's mindset. It's all mindset. And sometimes we don't see the circumstances. Like I said, at Planet Hollywood, I got fired from there and I was let go, and I was like, you know what? I don't ever want to fucking work a day job again. I hate day jobs. Yeah. And I only had 2. Right out of high school, I had Best Buy and Planet Hollywood. And after those 2, I was like, you know what? Fuck day jobs. I hate working for someone.
Yeah, that's tight.
And from then on, I was just freelance. I had enough saved up where I could last a while, and I just started trying to shoot more, getting my name out there, like telling people, hey, do you need someone to shoot something, and just started working from there. And then
I have to ask then, what was the best car you ever drove as a valet?
Best car or favorite car?
Favorite car.
I'd say it's still the Audi R8. That's my favorite car to drive.
Seems to be a popular car.
It is a very popular car, and I specifically like that one. I like driving a lot, and that one was just a really nice driving experience. All the other cars, they're so fun, but like as just a basic driver, I really like the Audi R8. But being a valet, you drive almost every single model out there, and I got to test drive a lot of cars. It was fun as fuck, and a lot of famous people coming too, because it's Vegas,
Yeah, I have noticed because my dad works at like the Encore things like that, and there's a lot of celebrities that come stay at these hotels, but they'll use a different name.
Oh yeah,
but then it'll have like in parentheses their actual name. You know what I mean?
So what's the point?
Well, no, it's for the staff, so the staff knows. Oh, Morgan Freeman's staying. But if somebody was to look up the directory and ask for Morgan Freeman, they're like, oh, there's nobody here by that name. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's funny.
Yeah.
Britney Spears always took the back. Like entrance.
Isn't Britney Spears like the biggest paid performer here in Vegas right now?
I think she
or
is.
Like she has like the biggest contract or residency. Like they're paying her the most amount.
Oh yeah,
right now
she is. She's super nice, by the way.
She drives me crazy.
Super nice.
She's dope. I used to like the whole jean jacket thing that her and Justin Timberlake would do.
Hell yeah.
I remember this
full denim everything.
Yeah.
Is that when he had the ramen hair?
Yeah. Yeah. It was like, for the Grammys or something?
Yeah.
Way back in the day.
Yeah.
I remember it used to be a Disney Channel show, and she appeared as a guest star one time, and I was like, oh, she's big now.
Yeah.
Because I was watching Disney Channel.
Damn, man.
Yeah, dude.
Real quick, bringing back to the day job. Like, sometimes you don't see your circumstance, and I was fired, and it was at that point where I was like, you know what? Maybe I don't need a day job anymore. Like, I don't want to do this. So that was like the wake-up call. Yeah. With Tony at Apple, like, he was let go from Apple under weird circumstances, and it was at that point. Like, if you have a family that you have to take care of and like a baby to raise, like, you're not going to be thinking, oh yeah, I'm going to leave my day job to do this. But he was let go, so he had no choice, and he was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to do this 100%, like 110% all the way in. So that forced him to do it, and now he's doing it.
It's funny because I've always waited for that moment, like, man, just get rid of me, just fire me. Just,
he purposely walks into work, like knocking things over. What you gonna do?
they just keep raising my pay, keeping me the non-player.
Let's talk about
it's all about the game. If he's raising your pay, save him and get the stuff that you need to do your job.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Exactly.
That's all we do.
Play the game.
All the money that we make goes into literally investing either ourselves or other things that can be investments.
Exactly. Oh, I know the feel. Camera equipment is hell expensive,
and I love camera equipment so much. Yeah. Like, I was playing with the GoPro 7. I was like,
was it the 7? Like, it just came out, or the 6?
Yeah, no, the 7.
Just came out.
I was like just walking around. I was like, yo, it's so smooth. This is crazy.
Oh yeah, the stabilization is awesome.
Have you had time to play with the 7?
Not too much. I got to see it a little bit because I think Rob had. Yeah,
Rob always got everything.
Rob got it. Yo, shout out to Rob, man.
Rob is on another level. See, I'm trying, like, because he is purely just freelance, but I'm like, and for himself too. Like, so that's just him. we have to like hold up an entire team of people and like run our company, and then I freelance on the side. Like my freelance is not like my main gig. Freelancing is just a little side thing. Ismahawk is like my full-time focus. Yeah. And so it's a weird perspective, especially.
But that's kind of tight, you know.
It's
crazy. But you and Rob work together on a lot of projects, right?
Yeah, all the time. Yeah. I work on his stuff. He works on my stuff. He works on Ismahawk stuff too. When he has time, he's always busy. He's always working, and that's the thing. Like, dude, Rob is on another level.
Ever since I first met him, because I think I met him at that Red event that happened at the Red Bar, or whatever. Yeah, dude, it's watching all his stuff and just the kind of work that he puts out, you can tell he's very dedicated.
He has that Gary V work ethic, you know, where he just loves to do this shit.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
He's just in it.
Dude, we learn from each other all the time. Like, he'll learn on our sets and I'll learn on his sets.
Let's talk about the innovative card, though.
Oh, yeah. Dude, I'm going to get one in a couple months.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I'll get it. Dude,
I'm still
It's funny because Rob gets all the stuff first, but he usually gets the stuff that I tell him about. Yeah. Like, I'm like, oh, dude, I want to get this or I want to get that.
It's secretly like, bro, test it out for me real quick.
Yeah, dude, really, honestly. Like, because if anything that Rob gets, like, I get to use it eventually. So I'm like, hell yeah, get that, man, because I want to use it.
Yeah, I was like, I want to try that easy rig thing so bad. Yeah. Like the camera. That shit looks so tight.
Hang out with Rob. You know,
he's like, come through. I was like, hell yeah, I'm going to come through.
It's funny because he's always posting like on his Instagram, like all the stuff that he buys. And I'm always like, yo, bro, hit me with that affiliate link. I'm about to buy it too.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking hilarious. It's also cool because he gets to test all the new stuff out first. And then when I actually get to save up enough money to get the thing that I want, I buy the newer version of what he has. Yeah. So it's like beta testing, you know? Thanks, Rob.
Yeah, shout out to Rob Chato, man. If you guys haven't watched his episode, I believe he's episode
25.
Blanking on it. 26.
Or 20?
26 or 27. One of those two. We're on episode 38 now, bro. Can you believe it?
38?
38, and we started in July. 4th of July.
Oh.
Yeah.
4th of July.
4th of July. That was 3 months ago.
Oh, wow. Man, you guys are going hard.
Bro, I don't know if you're the same way, but... And I don't know, you're kind of the same way, right? Do you have like an addictive personality?
I love working. I love keeping my mind stimulated. I know that sounds terrible. Like you should meditate. And I do when I'm in the shower. I'll do my little meditation. Yeah. But yeah, I love working. I can't sit still.
That's what we do all the time. That's the mindset we live in.
I kind of burned myself out with I started a YouTube channel on my own, like for my photography at the beginning of the year. And I did 10 videos in that first month. After that, I was just burned out, bro. I think I did like maybe 2 more. And
that's the issue right now. And YouTube is just not helping at all. Yeah. Like
your content, unless you pay for your advertisements, like
dude, you don't realize how like the attitude towards YouTube right now in the community. Because we're deep in the YouTube community too. Yeah, and so anytime we're at these conventions and whenever we hang out and talk with people who have other channels and like massively successful channels too, all of them are so like jaded and burnt out because it's just so much work for like such little return at this point, like monetary return to help support yourself.
Is that because they've cut down the amount they pay out, or how does that work?
No, so
because Chuck and I are looking at it from an outside the fence kind of thing.
Yeah,
we've seen like big YouTubers talk crap about how YouTube platform this or that, but we don't.
You guys want the workflow because we know everything about YouTube. Really, well, not everything, but like we know like how it works because we do it. You know, if you think of it like this, Google is the company that owns YouTube, and they have a budget every single year, every fiscal year to pay out for advertisers, and they have a certain pool. So let's say this year. For fiscal year 2018, they have $11 billion to pay out in ad revenue. Well, that's a lot of money if there were only 1,000 channels.
Yeah.
But there are so many channels now that qualify for ad revenue that you split up a big sum to a whole bunch of different channels, and now you're left with a smaller amount. And that's
plus PewDiePie gets about 50% of it, right?
Which also is why Twitch, YouTube introduced the new requirements for getting your channel.
Yeah, it makes sense though because when you really think about it, those requirements are not much.
No, they're not at all. Anyone, if you stay consistent, can hit them.
Dude,
you know?
we're working our way towards.
And that's why, dude,
slowly.
This is why like consistency is key. Like it doesn't matter if you're not making the numbers that you want to make, as long as you're growing and staying consistent.
Yeah,
things will come because. When YouTube introduced the new regulations, the new requirements for the channels for ad revenue and getting your channel monetized, it angered a lot of people, but everyone in the community was like, yeah, this is like real stuff, because if you're not keeping up, then you don't deserve to be in the program either, because we all had to work, because we all got monetized before they introduced that, how easy it was to just sign up to be monetized.
Yeah, so are you your grandfathered in?
Yeah, we were grandfathered in.
Nice.
Yeah, thank God.
Nice.
Is this wood? I don't know if it's wood.
Yeah.
It's IKEA, bro.
It's IKEA. Well, it's wood inside.
Yeah, no, we're
where it counts.
I think our channel just hit 1,000 hours.
Nice.
Of watch time.
Hell yeah.
Now,
just
mind
keep
you,
it up.
we literally started from 0 subscribers 3 months ago.
Yeah.
I mean, we're at like, what, 192?
Are we?
93?
Are we really?
Podcast definitely helps.
Subscribers.
Man, I haven't even been looking.
The reason we started this podcast is because we love podcasts. I listen to podcasts every day.
Yeah. Dude,
and,
just keep it up. And this is like the fastest way to get your watch time up, guys, by the way. Just podcasting and long form content like BTS, stuff like that, where people just put it on and leave it on, because then that really pushes up your watch time. But it also kind of fucks you over sometimes, because the YouTube's algorithm favors short form videos where you need to catch people's attention within the first 5 seconds. And audience attention rates don't linger too long. And so the shorter the video, like the more views you're going to get, which is what advertisers look at, but you also don't hit that watch time that you're looking for.
That's
the
fine.
way that you do podcasts,
That's why we drop micro content.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
You have an hour-long, 2-hour podcast. You can make 4 or 5 2-3-minute videos out of it. You know what I mean? Just kind of like showing people, because like, let's just say somebody doesn't know anything about Ismahawk, doesn't know anything about you. If we talk about pizza, what your favorite kind of pizza is, and I make that a 2-minute video, they go, shit, I love Hawaiian pizza.
Yeah.
Or, pepperoni pizza. Now they're going to watch the full video. You know what I mean?
By the way, do you guys use TubeBuddy at all?
What's that?
It's a plugin for YouTube where it helps you with your analytics and shows you different tags and its popularity.
I think I used vidIQ.
vidIQ works really well too. Like, actually, TubeBuddy and vidIQ, I think they're competitors. And if you're with vidIQ, like, that's fucking awesome. I think we're using vidIQ right now.
I don't pay for anything, so I'll just get the free version.
Yeah, there you go. vidIQ works perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Where will
any other tips and tricks for YouTubers out there?
Upcoming YouTubers.
Upcoming YouTubers, don't rely on YouTube. That's it.
There you go. So, you heard it here first.
So, by the way, when you sent me over like what you had for the bio for me and stuff like that, and the way that it was explaining Ismahawk, so to clarify, Ismahawk is our production company. It's just we happen to upload a lot of our videos to YouTube as a platform, and that's how you should look at YouTube. By the way, YouTube is just a distribution platform. It's not your career. It's not your like main source of income, because even for us right now, the numbers that we're pulling in from YouTube, like, it's not enough to hold up and run a company.
You say like YouTube is like 10-20% of your overall income?
Yeah, something like that. Like, it just, like, people tend to look at YouTube as the source of income. Like, oh, I'm going to be a big YouTuber, and saying the word YouTuber, like, it honestly, it's got a negative connotation now in the community. But like, YouTube, if you look at it as just a distribution platform, a place where you can just put up your work, the money and everything else comes in from outside of YouTube, because YouTube isn't the one paying you. It's the advertisers paying you. It's the brands that are paying you for content or for the work or whatever it is you're doing.
That's why you always see these big YouTubers with like, yo, here's my Patreon, here's my website, here's my merch, because that's where 90% of the income's coming from. You know what I mean? Like, they always, like, even Phil DeFranco, he has his DeFranco Elite. Do you know who Phil DeFranco is?
Of course.
He has DeFranco Elite. So he, like, everybody who's a hardcore.
VidCon.
Oh, how is he, man?
Oh, he's super cool, super nice.
Yeah.
He
seems super genuine.
Very smart. Like, not in a book smart way, but like a very perceptive way.
He seems like it, for sure.
Yeah, he's super, super cool. Also, like, it's funny. It's really eye-opening, honestly, because I'm pretty antisocial and introverted. All of your favorite major YouTubers, they're all introverted too.
Really?
Yeah, like, all of them. They're introverted and not, I wouldn't say antisocial, but like, that they're not the kind of person to just go up to stage and, say something, or, make a speech or just talk to people, because they do this and they drew attention to their channels because of what they do, not because they're people person.
Yeah, well, they're talking to a camera at the end of the day, or
Like,
they're in a close environment where it's not social with other people.
Pretty eye-opening, honestly. And some people are really good at acting because they put on, like, There's this guy, Andre, Black Nerd Comedy. His channel is massive, and on his channel, he's the host of all the superhero like video content, like talking to the camera and talking about superheroes and stuff like that. Super animated, very loud, very exciting, very fun videos to watch. Met him in person, and he's like the most quiet person ever.
Crazy.
We met him at a convention, and he had to record something for his vlog. So he was like, dude, his mannerism. This is the biggest change I've ever seen. He's like, "Hey, nice to meet you. I'm Andre." And you mind if I just record something for my video real quick? Yeah, sure. Go ahead, man. Turns around, turns on his camera, and just completely transforms.
Completely day and night.
I'm like,
what's up, everybody?
What's up, everybody?
What's up?
Smash that like button. Leave a comment below. Let us know what you.
Yeah, you seem pretty sociable, or you don't seem like an introvert.
I mean, that's the acting.
He's acting, bro.
I guess
we gotta pay him out for this.
Yeah, I've always been introvert. Like, I do not like talking to people. I'm like,
me neither, man. We're in this group together.
Yeah, but like if you talk about like anime or games, I can talk on that all day long. But,
but it's not like my choice. Like you're going out to look
not
for
a socialite.
Talking, It's weird. It's something that you're gonna learn, and something I had to learn. Yeah, you have to
build network.
It's crazy.
Real quick, you said Ismahawk is a production company. So does that mean you guys also do like?
Yes.
Things on
so
the side?
In the last year, we've started like freelancing as a production company, offer our services to outside brands, and like, for example, the Nightwing versus Daredevil thing. That video isn't on our channel. It's on Smosh, Screw Attack's channel, because they're the ones who commissioned us. They hired us to make as Ismahawk to make a video for their channel.
So tight.
So that's branded content. We also just came out like right after Nightwing versus Daredevil, an Assassin's Creed video for Smosh Games, and that just kind of shows the work that we as a company do like outside of just our channel, because what we do is like action cinematography, visual effects, like just end to end, direct to client, like full video, whatever it is you want to do.
Who does the VFX in the group?
Jeremy does.
It's mostly Danny, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I do some of it. Like, I'll jump in here and there to help out with a couple of shots, like, depending on what it is, because we all have our strengths and weaknesses. Like, Danny does 2D compositing and a lot of that stuff. I do 3D lighting and camera tracking. Yeah. Melissa does planar tracking and a lot of, like, motion graphic stuff.
Oh, nice.
So we all, like, kind of fill each other out.
So it literally does take a team to make what you guys do happen.
Absolutely. You can never do this by yourself.
I was going to say, one of the things that I wanted to talk about was kind of like how you need people outside of you. You can try to do everything on your own, but it always comes out better when you have multiple people working out who are passionate about it.
Yeah. It's still important for you to know how to do all these other things too, because you need to be able to know how to talk to your team about doing this stuff.
I mean, I know how to make like 2.5D photos in After Effects. I know the basics.
There you go.
But if we're working on a project, I'm giving it to Chuck.
Yeah.
It's the man right here.
Dude, like, you just need to know. Like, you need to practice. You don't need to be good at it. You just need to know.
The basics,
know enough.
Yeah.
Because, like, I'm pretty deep into visual effects myself, just to understand the technical side of it so that I can incorporate into my cinematography, because you need to shoot for visual effects.
Exactly.
And so with Danny, like, and Danny does the actual visual effects, so we talk to each other very fluently on how, like, what certain things need to be like, for us to complete this effect or, like, finish the video. And that also goes into, like, what we do as a company, because when people... like brands and other companies hit us up. It's like, hey, can you do a video? Like, we saw this video on your channel. They usually hit Danny up first because he's the face of the channel.
Yeah.
They'll email him or like hit him up and be like, hey, can you make a video like this for our channel? And we have to explain to them, like, it's not just one person. Like, you have to hire the entire team if you want that result.
Yeah.
That's why Ismahawk itself, like us, is as a team. Ismahawk comes as a bundle. Like, you, like, any post house or like any high-end commercial effects like studio, I guess, like, does the same thing, where if you're coming to us wanting a product, we're gonna give it to you. You just need to give us the budget and to, like, hire the entire team,
For
like
sure.
You don't package out,
I mean, that'd be weird because, like,
it's not an a la carte kind of thing.
Nope, not a la carte.
Agencies for sure.
I want Jeremy to do this and this.
We're definitely
but not
like
this.
starting to become a studio, like, agency itself.
That's so tight.
That's dope, man.
Yeah.
Congrats on that.
Thank you.
So what's next? Like, what's your guys' like future goals right now?
Just keep at it, like staying consistent, literally, like look toward. So I don't know if I can say this.
Don't say
You guys
it.
should build a film school, dog.
I mean, we're just trying to build.
Are you doing classes soon?
Hey man,
you know
people
what?
have been asking us that for a long time.
You guys should do a workshop, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Charge it.
Yeah. I mean, definitely. I mean, how many people out here that do video do you think want to learn?
It's funny because we were literally just talking about that yesterday too.
Oh, that's dope.
One of our other ideas as a group, as just to help out and like push us as filmmakers and help other filmmakers in the community, is start holding our own 48-hour film festival.
Oh,
Yeah.
So if you guys are down to just start doing 48s.
I mean, we suck at everything we do, but we're down to.
No,
It's a good learning experience for damn sure. That's all I can
dude,
say.
yeah, 48s. It's funny because every time we've done a 48 as a group, we've bonded a lot more, and we've gotten better every time. And 48s are the key to like pushing yourself as a filmmaker
To the limit.
Yeah, to the limit if you want to take it seriously. 'Cause, like, some people do a 48 just for fun because they want to, just make something silly with their friends.
Yeah.
But we take a 48 as a challenge every single time to like push what we can do in that amount of time. And if you guys don't know what a 48-hour film challenge is, it's over the course of 48 hours over the weekend, usually starts at Friday 6 p.m. and ends Sunday 6 p.m. You go to a drawing where in a random bucket of like slips, you pick out a genre, and on the board are set like requirements that need to be in your film, like a line of dialogue. Your film needs to contain this certain line of dialogue said by any character. You need to have a certain character and a certain prop in your thing.
And a genre. They give you a genre too, right?
Yeah, so you pick the genre. And so everyone gets the same like prop, line of dialogue, and
But everybody's
character,
different genres.
But everybody has different genres, and that's how they spice it up.
Yeah. We did one in 2013, 14.
Yeah, a while back. That
Bro,
shit was hectic.
Bro, hold on. So let me just say this before. I don't mean to cut you off, but let me just say this. We went into it just going like, yo, let's just have fun with it.
Yeah.
We didn't, bro. We were working like T2Is, T3Is, like back in the day. Like we didn't have any gear really, and we didn't have any actors lined up. It was just me, him, and then two other guys.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, Fernando and Patrick.
Yeah, Fernando and Patrick. Shout out Fernando and Patrick.
Yeah.
Bro, but I didn't know there were people who actually like had pre-production team. Like they already had everything, like location scouted,
We're
everything.
at that point now.
Yeah. See, I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, we
I was
literally
like,
drove
damn.
around trying to find spots. Like, oh, that might work.
Bro, we slept like
Dude, that's how we started out too.
So like 2 hours.
Because like when I first started out, I was doing it at the ones at UNLV.
Yeah.
Me and Danny both have done, I think 10 or 12 48s so far.
Damn.
And every time we do it, we get better. And it's funny because when we first started out, I literally just rented the school's equipment, like the T2i and like just whatever I could get at the time, and then we just shoot the shit and have fun.
See, that's the thing too, is I feel like you know a lot of people out here that do film, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think people have? I mean, how would somebody get started in making film friends if they don't go to film school? You know what I mean? Like, because when we were doing it, me and him were the only people we knew. We didn't even know there were actors out here that were like, what's a good resource?
The 48-hour, the 48-hour film festival. Las Vegas holds one every year, and leading up to the festival itself, they have mixers where you can just hang out and talk to other people.
Doesn't cost anything.
Yeah, it doesn't cost anything usually, and you just go and hang out with other people and just talk to the other teammates, and you'll meet someone. There are plenty of like local film, like in your local film community, I'm sure there's usually someone there who holds like mixers and stuff like that where you just go and hang out. Specifically here in Vegas, I know Indie Film Factory usually holds stuff like parties and mixers where you can just go and talk to other creatives and professionals.
Damn, I did
in the
not
same
know
field.
this.
I know CSN has like they have a film program too, and they also have like a showing or like a it's kind of like a film festival, but
like a showcase.
It's a showcase basically, and I think that's a kind of a good
because
outlet too.
Go to your showcases, go to like art festivals and stuff like that. Just hang out and start talking to people because you're gonna meet other creatives.
What about Facebook, man?
Facebook, dude, I
join those groups.
I actually like get some jobs off of Facebook sometimes. Cause in the Facebook groups, like they'll ask, is there a camera operator with this gear and at this day? And I was like, yeah, hit me up.
What about Instagram? Same.
Yeah, same. Instagram, same thing. Instagram, it's more for photographers, I think, and for cinematographers specifically, it's just a portfolio to showcase your work and not to get jobs from. Photographers, I see a lot of photographers get jobs from their stuff on Instagram.
Yeah.
Which is like a whole different industry and different market. Because cinematographers, like, it's I don't know. It's a little different. And
do you think a website is viable to somebody who's trying to?
Oh, absolutely,
get freelance work?
Dude. Any kind of website. We specifically, as this Mohawk, don't have a website yet. We're still working on one. It says under construction, but it's because our website is our YouTube channel. And so if anyone asks, just send them to the YouTube channel. That's still a website. It's online.
Right.
You know?
You have your URL forwarding to
Yeah.
YouTube? Yeah.
I was going to say I'm about to buy that domain right now.
Do it, dude. Or like for my freelance stuff, it's just my Vimeo page. Specifically only because I'm a cinematographer. Like that's how that works.
So do you like Vimeo because it's more cinematography? What is it? It's more like artistic people on there.
Yeah, it's more like more
either.
industry focused, like a lot more higher production value stuff. And it's just two sides of the same coin. It's whatever your platform is. That's why I say look at YouTube as a distribution platform, because if that folds, like if YouTube tanks or like Google does some shit, like if all your stuff is on YouTube, then you're fucked, you know?
Yo, man, YouTube's been kind of pushing it lately, bro. Have you been getting those like, yo, do you want to sign up for YouTube Premium?
Yeah, I mean, we already have it, but you know.
But I'm saying like for somebody who isn't used to, bro, I get ads every day. I'm considering getting it now.
Shout out to...
Especially with all these political ads, bro.
I have to put on ad blocker, but then I'll turn it off when I'm like watching a YouTuber I like. I'm like, oh, you get some of my money. Or you get some money. But YouTube has to chill out a little bit.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the paintbrush, because I heard you talk about this with Rob on his little interview that he did on his YouTube channel.
Yeah.
You were talking about the paintbrush versus the painter.
Yeah.
For our listeners out there, can you explain why it's important? Why one over the other would be more important?
The discussion about the painter and the paintbrush is like to the painter, the paintbrush is just a tool that they use to make their art. And if you practice and have discipline and focus, you eventually get to a point where you don't need the nicest paintbrush out there to make your art. Like you can use anything, whatever it is, as your tool. Like the paintbrush is just a tool. Like what you do as a person, as a creative, is what's going to end up in your art, and that's what people are going to see. Yeah. Because you don't go out, like, watch a movie in theaters and then start asking, oh, yeah, what camera was that shot on, or whatever. Like,
what
if you're not,
that?
Yeah, exactly. Like, no one is going to know that, and, you know, and no one cares. They go to the movie or watch the movie, you know? And so you need to practice and better your storytelling and your creative art and not worry too much about, like, oh, what, you know, lens am I going to get next? Or, like, I can't shoot this until I get this camera, you know? Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can.
Because when you put roadblocks, you stop yourself from doing
you're
things.
limiting.
Yeah, exactly. Like a carpenter uses his hammer. You know, he doesn't need a specific hammer. He just makes whatever he wants to make.
Yeah, he doesn't need no $10,000 hammer to start making.
Yeah,
that shit.
Exactly. And it's funny because we always like tell people whenever someone asks us, "Hey, what's the best camera to get right now?" Like I'm trying to do the short, but I can't do it until I get a camera. I'm like, dude, just use your phone. You're typing on your phone, aren't you? There's a camera on your phone. Use that right now. Start blocking out shots. Figure out your composition. Like, don't even worry about the image quality. Just work on your composition and then work on your editing, you know? Like, you don't need a fancy camera to start editing. You don't need a fancy computer either at this point. Like, just edit on your phone. You have your phone. Dude, you can literally do anything on your phone. Yeah. And even if you don't have a nice phone, there's a thing called a library, and the card is free, and they're free computer use at libraries. So, like, go to your library and, you know, look stuff up. There's, like, online editors now, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say, because there's people who hit me up, and the conversation always gears towards like, yo, man, I can't wait to start doing video as soon as I can, you know, get a camera that does video and I have a computer to edit on. But you're saying, dude, these resources are out there. That's
never going to come if you don't actually just start doing it. Because where do you think that's going to come from? You know, where do you think the camera's going to come from? You're not going to get it until you actually start doing it, you know? Yeah. So you can't wait around. Just pick something up and start doing it.
Yeah, because the other thing is, too, being hands-on is the best way to learn anything.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's funny because when I went to film school in UNLV, I had already learned everything I needed to learn from film school before I got to film school. So film school was just networking, pure networking, and also getting that degree from my mom because I really wanted to get that for her. But, like, in class, most of the time, like, I picked up some things here and there, but most of the stuff I learned on YouTube itself.
For
like
sure.
Other
same here,
other cinematographers taught me stuff, and they just started making videos. And I was like, you know, this is way more useful than, you know, whatever is being taught in school.
Damn, dude, that's crazy. I was gonna say because whenever I go out shooting with like photos, portraits, bro, it doesn't matter how many photos I take with my camera. I will always whip out my iPhone and go like, I wonder what I can make with this real quick.
Yeah.
Like I wonder if because I want to get to the point where I can literally say, wherever I am at, if I don't have my camera, my $3,000 camera with the $2,000, if I don't have that on me, if I don't even have my phone, I can just grab your phone. Yeah. I can always create a dope shot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Exactly. And that's what people need to work on before they start getting technical with it. Like the technical's nice. You definitely need to learn the technical sometimes, but also like don't let that hold you back.
Yeah. And it doesn't take you owning that device to learn about that device. Yeah. Like I don't own an Alexa, but I work on a lot of Alexas and I read up about it and I learn about it all the time. Like just because I don't have that piece of gear doesn't mean I'm not gonna read about it. You know?
Yeah.
You can literally just go to anyone's website and download the manual and start reading. You know, and just watching YouTube's or videos on YouTube. You know, and you learn that way. And when you learn that way, you start having a process and you start having a foundation in everything you do. Because I can take any camera, like you guys can take any camera and stuff like that, and start making dope shots. Like it's because you have a foundation of how you create things already, and the camera is just a tool.
Yeah, and we also 100%. Look at it. We also look at it things as like no matter what level you're at, you're always learning too. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So don't ever think that you know everything already, because there's always more to learn. There's always somebody out there who knows more than you and can always do better than you.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So use that.
Yeah, always have that mindset. It humbles you and also like pushes you to better yourself. Like some people think of it that way and then they get down about it and like, oh, I can't do this because there's already so much like other better people out there, and that's not a way to think. We're all in the same boat, you know? And the same goes for YouTube too, because the more we talk to all these other channels and all these other creators, like you realize the top channels are at the top because of the mindset that they have. We're all in the same boat, you know, and we all help each other out. Mm-hmm. The channels that die out fast and people who don't have a lasting career are the toxic people who think it's a competition.
Or trying to build everything off of shock value and fakeness.
Exactly. Like,
crazy. Like
I said, there's a handful of other superhero fight channels on YouTube, but all like the ones that are really big and successful and we work together are like really cool people. Like the other channels that aren't so nice, they've started to just fade away, you know?
Yeah.
That's how it is.
Damn, that's knowledge right there.
Yeah, that's real. Be nice, stay humble.
Yeah, exactly. Keep learning.
So you, outside of Ismahawk, you do freelance, right?
Yes.
Do you have any freelance nightmares?
Freelance nightmares.
Yeah. I don't know if you heard Rob's about the wedding he did.
With the balloons.
It was the balloons, the ones where the helium.
Oh yeah, yeah. He told me about that.
Yeah, bro. We were cracking up.
Yeah,
that was such a unique, one of a kind experience, bro. I mean, because I've had some pretty bad stories, but like that was just wow.
Yeah, that client was just oof. Damn. IQ nothing.
And we can always circle back to it. Have you ever heard of a website called clientsfromhell.net?
Yes, definitely. It's hilarious.
I didn't even know they had a podcast.
They do?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
They have a podcast.
Huh?
Yeah, and they talk about them. I'm like, that's so dope. That's a brand in itself, cool. Man.
I mean, I can't really think of any like freelance nightmares that really just fucked me over.
Dang, I feel like you'd have 1,000 of them.
Yeah. What about any gigs? Just in general.
I have a lot of, like, I've had a lot of bad gigs, but like I tend to not remember them because I just block it out of my mind. Like that's because that's usually my mindset. Like I don't try to dwell on things. Yeah. And if I get on set and I'm like, oh, you're one of those clients. Okay. I just take it real chill and real laid back, and whatever they want, dude, you're paying for it. So I'm just going to do my minimum at whatever it is you want it to look like, you know? Yeah. Whatever it is you're looking for. Because
I feel like that's one of the things too that a lot of people get upset with, even when not even just from clients, but like whenever you're working a job, people get too emotionally attached to it. Yeah. And it's something that I've noticed is like kind of like a recurring theme is a lot of people, they work a job, they get stressed out and they take that stress home and it ruins their whole day, right? Yeah. As opposed to just like, well, just know that when you go there, you're working to build somebody else's vision. You're working for, they're literally paying for your time. Do not get personal with it.
Exactly.
So.
And that's just freelancing in general. Yeah. You're always going to get that. And we're lucky as Ismahawk in a way where all of our branded content stuff and our freelancing is
what you guys love to do.
Yeah, it's what we love to do, and it's like working with people that we already know are cool, or like they're really fun to work with.
Yeah.
Freelancing just as a cinematographer, that's a whole different story because like anyone can just hit you up and be, hey, can you work this gig real quick? And it's just, okay, I'm here. Just press record and let's go home. That's it. Don't stress about it.
Do you think there's any underused or underutilized either social media platforms or apps for creatives out there that are not being utilized or, you know?
That's hard to say, man.
I'm hitting you with that real question right here, boy.
Not that I can think of right now. Like usually when new apps and platforms pop up, like I'll wait for other people to try it out first for a bit to try out.
Well, since you work in a collaborative environment with Ismahawk, do you guys use Premiere? Do you guys use Final Cut?
We use Premiere. We're transitioning to Resolve.
Oh, okay.
Resolve, because I haven't touched Premiere in a while now, honestly, because all my stuff has been in Resolve because I color grade all my stuff.
Yeah. Resolve has a full.
Yeah, it has a full editing suite now, and so when I saw that, dude, it is so much more stable now, and it just needs a couple of more like big features that need refining. But after the next version, I imagine it'll be like real solid for editing.
I think the last time I used Resolve was when it was just color grading. Yeah, there wasn't an editor built into it.
Yeah,
but the reason I was gonna ask if you guys use Premiere was because you ever heard of the app or the plugin for Premiere that allows you to work with other people? What is it called? It's got like a purple logo or blue logo. I know Film Riot uses it where they can basically like take an edit, make notes, and send somebody the file.
Oh, Frame.io?
Frame.io.
Yeah.
Have you ever used that?
Yeah, we use it for client review all the time.
Okay.
Frame.io, and now it's funny because Frame.io had integration with Vimeo, and then Frame.io left Vimeo, and Vimeo just took all those ideas and made their own version of it for Vimeo Pro. Which is kind of a shitty way, like shitty business deal, but like that's where the industry is going now.
I've been hearing a lot of bad stuff about Vimeo lately. Especially from like Jacob Owens. Man. Jacob Owens says that they deleted his channel or something, or like they've been deleting a lot of channels.
Yeah, that's some bullshit.
Yeah. I don't know if it's
deleted,
like copyright.
Is that copyright thing, though? Maybe.
I don't know. Like, I haven't dove into that, so
I just love Vimeo because there's some fucking beast on there.
Oh yeah, there's so much good stuff.
That and Behance, those are my places I go for. Like,
so one of my favorite things to do is if I see a really good video somewhere, I'll look up the credits and then just search it on Vimeo, and that person will usually have their own channel, and their channel usually has a lot of really good content that I can learn from and just stuff that I can watch. You know. Have
you seen the newest Annabelle creation movie?
Yes, I didn't see the whole thing, but I saw the clips from it. It looks really cool.
The director got his start in Vimeo. Like he was making shorts. Yeah. You know, and it was like just him and his wife, I think.
I have a couple of friends who uploaded some shorts to YouTube as like spec commercials and stuff like that. And they've gotten like deals from Warner Brothers and like Lionsgate and stuff like that from just stuff like that. Yeah.
We actually do have a couple questions from Instagram.
Yeah?
What is it? If you think you're ready to answer.
Yeah, let's go.
Joe Snap wants to know, how long have you been filming for and what are your goals as a filmmaker?
I've been filming since 2010. So 8 years now? Nah. Let's say 2011. Let's say like seriously, not just playing around. So yeah, 7 years. And
I always give myself that wiggle room. I got a camera in 2010, but I didn't really start making films till.
I wouldn't say it was
7 years.
Nice.
7 years.
Tight.
There you go. And what are your goals as a filmmaker?
Just keep creating. Like I literally
stay consistent.
Yeah, stay consistent and keep filming. That's my goals. Like
not have to go back to a job.
Yeah, like I don't really have a plan outside of this because when we jumped into this company and just started doing stuff, we literally just started doing stuff, and if something doesn't work out, we'll try something else.
So would you say when you go into something like that, it's always good to make that your 100%? Because there's this quote that from Will Smith that says there's no reason to have a plan B because a plan B distracts from your plan A.
Yep.
Do you believe in that?
Damn. Oh, absolutely, dude. Will Smith is actually all of our like biggest inspirations. Like whenever he says anything. I feel like now that he has his own YouTube channel,
bro,
dude, we're gonna try and hit him up.
Isn't that crazy, bro?
We'll try to get him.
Do you know Colin and Samir?
Yes.
On YouTube?
Yeah.
I found out about them maybe like a year and a half ago when they first started their channel, bro. And just seeing the kind of stuff they're doing now, because they've been. And the crazy thing is at first they weren't even consistent with it. Like they I think they uploaded for like 2 or 3 months straight and took like a 6-month break, but then they came back hard with it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, like super hard. So just like a word of advice to everybody out there, you can always start and stop, but don't let that discourage you from going back into it and doing it full force and really just grabbing the bull by its horns, I guess.
Yeah. Dude, plan B always distracts from plan A.
There you go. You guys heard it here.
Don't have a safety net. Everyone thinks that they need a safety net, but you're just psyching yourself out.
@_achiever2332 wants to know, where do you usually find your talent?
Talent.
What do you mean?
Like your talent, like your actors, I'm assuming.
Okay. Oh, okay. Where do we find our talent? We usually put our people we know in it. Like some roles, like we'll need to audition for. Like we'll put up a casting call.
Craigslist ad?
We don't do Craigslist. We usually do Facebook.
I don't think anybody does Craigslist anymore, bro. It's gotten such a bad rap for it.
Yeah, it's a little sketch now, honestly. But it's usually so. All of us at Ismahawk, we're a pretty diverse group, and we're all minorities. And when we started making videos, we made videos because we wanted to change Hollywood, and like change the industry. And that in itself is such a big like goal or idea, but it's starting to work. Apparently, it's changing things a bit, and especially the YouTube space. But we started YouTube because Hollywood is very whitewashed.
Very whitewashed.
Very.
Now when you say that,
and like stereotypical, I wouldn't just straight up call it racist, but it's definitely.
Like, why are you putting a white dude for an Asian role?
I don't know, man.
So weird.
It's all business, and we understand that too. So here's another important note. It's always, if you're in film, it's always business or industry versus artistry.
Then
that's the two.
Jackie Chan. For any Asian,
dude, it's always artistry and industry, and Hollywood is an industry, and so it has to think in terms of a business, and I get that, I understand, because when you're starting out, I just want to do creative stuff, dude, you're gonna have to handle the business as well, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
And people tend to forget about that, and
it's a balance of both, man.
Yeah,
I was telling him, like, why do you think, you could be the world's greatest portrait photographer. That's great. If you don't know how to handle the business side of it, you're gonna be a starving artist.
Yeah, dude. And Hollywood is a business, and so it has to make its money, and that's why it's so whitewashed at this current moment, because America itself is.
Well, we're 100% minorities in here too.
Awesome.
I'm half minority.
Yeah. So when we started the YouTube channel and started doing our stuff, like we made it so that we could put ourselves in it, and Danny wants to be an actor, and that's why he put himself in the videos as a lead instead of being, the villain all the time, because he had an agent in Hollywood, and he was just getting like these racist, stereotypical like Arab roles, and like
what is Danny? Is he
Danny's Persian?
He's Persian.
Yeah, he's Persian.
Persia.
So he was like, I'm fucking sick of this. Why don't I just make my own stuff? Because Hollywood will never cast him as a lead at this moment. So why not just do it ourselves? I'm not just gonna walk up into Hollywood and start shooting a movie. So why don't I just fucking do my own videos and start, doing it our own way? And it's crazy because only now is it starting to pay off, all our work. Because, dude, it fucking so long.
Sorry.
Bro, I'm trying so hard.
Why do you say Prince of Persia like that? I fucking hate you. My bad.
Chuck, I'm sorry, but when he starts laughing, bro, I can't. Bro.
Dude, all of us.
We have that, we
almost got fired from one job. We used to work together at this company, bro. And he found this one Key and Peele sketch that he showed me, and we just couldn't, bro. We couldn't handle it. Like I was almost on the floor, crying,
Dude.
like almost passing out because I couldn't stop.
The supervisor got so salty. He's like, you guys gotta get the fuck out of this room or separate far apart. And we were like,
that's why having a podcast is so challenging, bro, because of our personalities. He's a goofball. You know what I mean? So
when we were running our podcast, it was such a challenge, and we all learned how to like control ourselves.
Just calm down.
But yeah, you always need someone to just keep pushing forward, because
that's what you were trying to do. That's what I was trying to do.
All of us together in a room, like, oh my God, you don't even know.
Yeah.
It's a mess.
It's good times, though.
When the cameras are off.
Absolutely. A lot of shit goes down. But anyway, back to what I was saying. What was I saying?
You were talking about.
Oh, when we first started doing videos, like no one's gonna hand us our jobs, so we need to go out and make the job ourselves, you know?
Yeah.
And you think, oh yeah, people nowadays, like you think of a job in terms of, oh, I need to go out and get this job so I can make money and, you know, take care of myself. But like, dude, what if you don't want a day job? And what if the stuff that you want to do doesn't exist yet? Well, then just go out and fucking make it. And that's easier said than done, but that's literally what we did. Yeah. Because film in Vegas isn't like what it is like a few years ago, you know, and it's constantly changing. And
I feel like a reason why a lot of people don't do that is because, is like you said, because it's not there. They don't know that they can start that.
Yeah.
And they can create that culture and they can create that environment.
It's especially apparent when it's time to do your taxes because you don't fit in any of these brackets. You're like, well, what the fuck do I do?
Yeah.
Like my job didn't exist a few years ago, you know?
Yeah. Well, think about everybody who was doing Bitcoin, bro.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Dude, that's a whole other thing.
Yeah, since 2009. But then just recently, they started helping you on your taxes and how you can actually account for all that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the jobs didn't exist yet, so we made it ourselves, and that's how we got started. And that's why we usually cast our friends, and most of our friends are actors. And just from the network, you know, when it grows. And like I said, it's a business. And so you need to think of it in terms of like, okay, I'm going to put my friends in this, but how am I going to present it in a way that is consumable for the most amount of people or like the target audience, you know?
Yeah.
And that's where casting comes in. When we find our talent, like that's what we think of. Dude, our pre-production for every single one of our videos are like months long, and it's so much thinking. And it's not just like, oh, how are we going to do this video, but how are we going to do this video to market it and how to sell it, like how to make a return.
Well, I'm pretty sure you have to figure out even when you release it, kind of, right?
Yeah,
like,
we have a marketing plan.
What's going to be coming out that's around there.
Exactly.
Kind of like how you guys kind of like nailed it with the Nightwing series, right?
Yeah.
I was near the Dark Knight.
Yeah, look at all of our releases. Flash vs. Quicksilver came out when the Flash Season 2 premiered. Yeah. Or Season 1, the Flash show premiered. Yeah. Deadpool vs. Deadpool released around the time the original Deadpool trailer like leaked, or the footage.
The one with Ryan Reynolds?
Yeah. Our Nightwing the series came out around the time of The Dark Knight Rises. Like all of our videos are planned to a certain point. Yeah. Our Captain America video came out when Infinity War came out, you know? Like all of this is planned. Like it's just not willy-nilly, oh yeah, I want to do this, so I'm going to do it. No. We have an entire whiteboard, and we have multiple whiteboards and like folders and like sticky notes. Have an idea, put it up there, and then we'll find a way to incorporate it into whatever it is our business plan is at the time, you know? And like looking towards the future. Because if you think about these videos, we plan them for months, and it takes months to finish too. Yeah. So we don't just think about how to make the video, we think about how to market it too. And so it's crazy because when we have an idea, we'll just put it on the board and then we'll think, oh yeah, when is, you know, the next thing going to be announced, or when is it going to be released? We'll plan out the timeline there, backtrack from the release date, and then think, okay, if we do pre-production for 4 months, we shoot in 2 days, and then we have another 2 months of post and stuff like that. By the time we release, we should be able to hit this date.
Fuck,
you know,
that's so tough.
That's genius.
I was gonna say one thing too. What was one of the most difficult projects you've worked on?
Nightwing the series, our web series. Yeah, absolutely the most hardest thing.
So well too.
Wait, but you guys did a Kickstarter for that one, right?
Yeah, we did do a Kickstarter.
Can I ask you talk a little bit about we're a little bit over our time limit here. I hope these cameras don't burn out, but I want to I want people to understand the process that it took to make that.
Oh my God. You guys don't even know. No one knows, man. No one knows.
Let them know.
And you don't know until you actually do it yourself. Like I can explain to you guys like what we did, but you don't understand
the stress or the what?
Just everything. The stress, the emotional toil, the physical toil, the everything in it. Because think about it like this. We did a Kickstarter and we got $35,000 plus, you know, whatever other money we put in ourselves to do this web series that's 44 minutes long when I didn't even finish film school yet. So you're telling me you want to do a whole like short feature on like trying to aim for a high production value kind of look, but on a budget of $35,000 when we are still in school? Like it was fucking ridiculous. Damn. And not only that, so it's not like someone just handed us the money. Like we worked raise the money on Kickstarter, which means we have to handle that money too.
Yeah.
And usually on a
how
feature,
it's allocated.
Yeah, like how oh my God, like this is why movies cost so much, because you hire so many people. You're supposed to hire people to do their job, and we were wearing so many hats.
And at that point, how many? It was only 3 of you at this time.
It was 4 of us.
Okay.
Damn. Yeah, 4 of us, and then we got some other people to join in the project. Like the whole, even before the Kickstarter finished, we were already planning for a year ahead of time, like up until then, and like so many times scripts and stories were just literally thrown out or like come up with something completely new. The idea changed so many times, which by the way, if you're going to do a Kickstarter for anything film related, have a script done before you do the Kickstarter. That's one of the biggest things we've ever learned.
Why you say that?
Because if you do a Kickstarter and you finish that funding period and you get the money, now you have the money. Now you have to deliver on the product, or else you just stole these people's money and you have to return it. If you don't have a script already, everything is up in the air. You have no plan on what to do whatsoever with that budget. The way to plan a film project now with Kickstarter, and this is really I think the best way to do it, is you don't look at Kickstarter as, oh yeah, we're going to get this money so that we can do this. No, that's not how you think about it. The money is just supplementing whatever it is you want to do.
Right. So like we have this idea already. We have the script. We have everything scheduled out.
Yeah.
Now we just need to pay for it.
Yeah, exactly. And most of what people do now on Kickstarter is they find angel investors and other people who want to, and other companies like studios who want to invest in this film project. And the Kickstarter is just for additional revenue. Yeah, to
kind of like Peak Design. I know that's not video, but
yeah, exactly. No, that's exactly really how they planned it too.
Yeah.
And like most successful film productions that occur from Kickstarter, script is already planned. The shoot dates are already planned. Like production is already planned, and production goes in after the Kickstarter ends. So
they already got locations down.
Yeah, they have everything locked down. They already have the revenue from like angel investors or like branded deals or content. And so those branded deals and those companies that invest in your film project, you're using the Kickstarter money to help pay some of it back, and also to take that extra budget to take it to the next level. And you sell that to companies and to studios in a way where, okay, so if you guys help fund, this certain amount for our project, will you guys let us do a Kickstarter, a crowdfunding source to earn even more revenue? Because if you as a studio can only give us this amount, we can do this. But if we fund it with Kickstarter and we get this and hit this goal, we can do even more with this story. And you have to sell studios on that, and so that when you run the Kickstarter and it finishes, you're already ready to shoot. Because you already have everything locked down, everything's paid for, and once you actually do shoot the project, the Kickstarter money comes in and you start allocating for posts and stuff like that, and you start paying.
So the studios are technically the angel investors?
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Because it can be angel investors, and or you can literally pitch to a studio, depending on what you want to do.
Let's just put that out there. What is an angel investor exactly?
Angel investors are, that term refers to investors who are like people, like just a person, who wants to throw in a large sum of money.
Who believes in your product.
Yeah.
Because it's not, they don't ask for the money back, or do?
Oh no! It's like if anything with the word "invest" in means a return, you need a return. And
is it with interest, or is angel investors
usually with interest?
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Of course, because they need to make their money back.
I thought it was just some they.
So one of the things that Melissa brought to us, and like what we learned doing film for a while, is like if you're looking for angel investors for a project that you want to do, look not to people who do film, but people who have a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's the key thing. People think that, I need to pitch this idea to a studio or like to someone who's a director or a producer. It's like that they're not going to get you money because they want to do their stuff. Yeah. You need to pitch to someone who has no ties whatsoever to the film industry.
Capital Ventures, what is it called?
Yeah, like Capital Ventures, where people, and the best time to do it is around winter time, like at the end of the fiscal year, because people are just trying to offload money for tax reasons, so they don't get taxed.
Damn.
So
beautiful write-offs.
Yeah, beautiful write-offs.
Life hacks.
Because they, in their eyes, they're looking at this as like an asset. Like they're moving their funds, their capital, to another bucket so that the IRS doesn't look at it and be like, okay, I can write, tax.
They don't tax you on that, basically.
Exactly. And so when an investor gives you a lump sum to write off on his taxes, he is expecting a return. So that's why you need to already have all your business plans and everything planned out on how to get that money back. You can't just pitch, oh, this is going to be an awesome idea. Can you give us money? No, because that person doesn't
have to see the ROI on it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They're not going to care about your movie. They don't care about the art. They don't care about the film itself. So don't pitch them on the film. Pitch them on the business plan.
So you got to be like, yo, I want to make this superhero film.
Yeah.
This is how much superhero films gross on average. Yeah. This is the interest for it in these areas, and you kind of have to have an entire plan as far as like how they're going to make their money back.
Exactly, and that's with angel investors and like capital ventures and stuff like that. But like if you're pitching to a studio, you're pitching to a room full of filmmakers. Well, let me rephrase that. You're pitching to a room full of people who understand film. And so you have to pitch differently. Like you would pitch your idea for a studio, and you would pitch your business plan to an investor. That's usually how you think of it.
So could I also ask, like, how do you show an ROI or that you're gonna make your money back?
So this is where this is where it all gets tricky because of how new this platform is. Like if you're trying to make a movie or a film project or something to put online instead of like distributing it through normal like theater venues and stuff like that, you usually hire a social media manager or like a marketing manager plan that focuses on online media. And we know some people just purely based on networking at these conventions that we go to, and when we do Comic-Con and stuff like that, because there are plenty of people there who are working for different brands that are like coming up with branding and marketing plans to pitch to other brands for brand content. So, for example, Loot Crate is a huge investor in film.
Are they?
Let me rephrase that. Used to be.
Okay.
They're not so much anymore because they're trying to pivot a little bit. But like they'll have someone who specifically just do the marketing for their social media stuff. And like how we do, we have a team of people who just do our social media. They come up with plans, they bring it to you, pitch it to you, and then you refine the plan, and now you have a pitch deck and a business plan. Take that plan to whatever investor, and you show them, this is how we're going to market our stuff. And based on all the statistics that we have learned the past, however long we're doing it, signs show that you will make a return if we do these things.
Okay.
And that's how you sell them on that idea.
Damn, there's so much that goes into it, man.
The business.
And I know, and I know you mentioned.
This is all the simplified version, by the way.
Yeah, no, I'm sure there's levels to it.
Crazy.
There's levels to this shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, going back to your whiteboard idea.
Yeah.
I have a whiteboard, bro. Then
Dude, put it up.
And then Chuck drew penises all over it.
I mean, like, he doesn't do anything.
No, screw you, bro. It was filled with things.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Sorry.
I mean, we have a ton of shit on our whiteboard too, but at least the ideas are there. But that's the important part.
But at least they're courteous enough to use sticky so you can remove them, Chuck.
Oh yeah, I drew through all the text.
Oh my god.
I didn't fuck it up. Like I didn't fuck up the text.
Yeah.
I was just like.
That's some good knowledge to have right there, man. At Rosemary, you know Rosemary for hard.
Yeah, I know Roro.
She wants to know what you love most about cinematography.
What I love most?
Cinematography. Cinnabunography.
Anemone. What I love most, I think. So, I just watched a movie and I can't remember where. Oh, Her. Have you guys seen Her?
Yeah.
So, do you guys remember this line in the movie where Samantha tells the guy that, or Theodore, that memories are just a story that we tell ourselves?
Yeah.
So, for me, and this is what I discovered in film school as I was doing more film, is that the way that I think about my memories, I think I picture them like a movie almost. And the memories are a story that I tell myself about what I think I remember that day, but not necessarily like the fine details. Like, have you guys seen Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind?
Which one is that?
Part of it, the one with Jim Carrey.
No.
So the biggest thing, or the big plot device in that movie, is that it's about memories and stuff like that, and what you remember. And to them, the way that they portrayed memories is that it's all these tones and textures in these environments, but no one's face is there. Or like,
it's kind of genius.
Which is really cool because that's how memories really work, is that you remember big washes of things, but you don't remember the tiny details unless it's like really either traumatic or like it stands out. So there's always that one thing that stands out in a memory, but everything else is just blur in the background to kind of fill out the world.
All those details are like peripheral vision.
Yeah.
Like, you know, they're there.
Yeah.
You just can't look at
make
them
out.
exactly.
Yeah. So with me and cinematography, my favorite thing about my cinematography specifically, like as I do it, is it's a way for me to tell that story of a memory back to me and have it visually presented in front of me.
That's cool.
So when I think of ideas, when I try to frame something up, or I try to create a tone or a palette for a certain project, for a movie or a commercial or something, or anything really, I think about the memories that evoke certain emotions about what it is I'm trying to create. And so to me, when I lay down what it is on film, on, you know, when I shoot something, it's a representation of what I feel like I remember in that certain moment, whatever emotion it is that I'm trying to evoke. Like, for example, if there's a scene on a beach and a guy and a girl are talking to each other in the script, and I need to shoot that scene on the beach, I look at the story, I read the story and read the context, and I think about the emotions that are happening in that moment. And when I think about those emotions, in my head, I have things playing that evoke that emotion from memories. And
like, I remember how that felt.
Or I think that would feel to me if I didn't already have that experience. And I think, okay, I'm in my mind, this is what I'm getting, and this is what I'm like, these colors, these tones, the way that it's composed, what does it remind me of? And then I just try to replicate what I see in my head on
and that's where the technical side of things come into play. Yeah. But you also, like you said, you have to have that.
You need to have that technical foundation because it frees you, really, because then it's like learning how to drive. You need to learn how to operate the fucking car before you decide where you want to go with the car.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, and once you learn how to drive and you understand your car, now you can just drive anywhere you want. Same thing with cinematography. You need to learn the technical side of things, everything about the gear that you have, so that you now can decide wherever it is you want to go. So there you go.
I agree with that. There you go, Rosemary.
It's my favorite thing about cinematography.
Jeremy Lee dropping those nuggets.
Oh.
Rob Chato wants to know.
Oh boy, what?
He wants to know why Red is the best camera system ever invented.
Oh man, Red is the best. I love it.
Is that a Red?
Is that a Red? It's funny because like in the world of YouTube now and like social media and everything, you know, pop culture the way it is, when videography exploded, like the biggest high-end camera that's the most popular because of the marketing is Red Digital Cinema, you know? And dude, the cameras are great, but the way that people react to it now is just, oh my God.
They see a Red and they go,
can't even lie though. I've watched so many videos where people have problems with them. Like Jacob Owens just had problems with his, and then
dude, Red itself has given me the most problems I've ever had with cameras.
Really?
Anytime I shoot with a Red, yeah.
For a camera that's that expensive, you wouldn't expect that.
It's just.
Do you think it's because they keep releasing new ones, so they're not properly?
Yeah, it's just like keeping up with the cycle. Yeah. It's just like keeping up with demand and just it's their business model. And Jared Land, I don't know how to say his first name. I'm pretty sure it's Gerard. And Jim Jannard, they kind of like founded Red the way it is now.
Yeah.
The whole Red ecosystem philosophy is all about modularity and keeping up with the cutting edge stuff. And that's always an issue because if you want to keep up with the cutting edge stuff, then you're going to have to sacrifice reliability sometimes because it's so new. There's no support for it. It's so
buggy too. Yeah.
Yeah. But you need to understand that that's what you're getting if you want to get into the Red ecosystem. And it's just funny because like at this point, so many people like high-end like productions and people who are, you know, the top YouTubers, they shoot on Red and stuff like that because they can afford it. They're like, oh yeah, this is the best camera that money can buy right now. And it's like that. Well, if you're just a kid in high school and you just watch this video from your favorite YouTuber saying that this is the best camera out right now.
That's what they're working towards.
Yeah, that's what they're working towards. And that's their perception of what, you know, high-end cinema cameras are like.
Well, even MKBHD, man, he shoots on a what, a Red Epic?
Yeah, Red Helium.
Red Helium, an 8K sensor?
Yeah, 8K.
For YouTube, bro.
Yep. Dude, anything other than like a fucking
crazy.
Dude, anything higher than your phone is like overkill for
Overkill.
YouTube. Honestly.
Because YouTube just gonna compress that shit.
And then people say that to us all the time. It's like, dude, this is kind of overkill for YouTube, isn't it? It's like, I tell them, dude, we're not YouTubers. This isn't YouTube. We're filmmakers. So we like this helps us.
YouTube is not ultimately your platform. You want to put it out to like
just a
Blu-ray, DVD, film,
like
other
this helps
platforms.
push our craft. And like if we want to make movies, then why aren't we working towards making movies? You know,
Right.
why are we making YouTube shit?
There's like somebody asking like, okay, well you shoot music videos. Why are you shooting on this $3,000 camera when you're posting it on Instagram? It's just a platform. That's just what. That's not ultimately my final output. You know what I mean? That's just a platform that helps you push that content out.
Exactly, and you never know what you're gonna need in the future. You know.
So in essence, Red cameras are the best cameras in the world. Please go buy them, buy two, and send me one.
That's a joke. That's sarcasm, by the way.
There you go, sarcasm.
I much prefer Alexis,
Ooh.
but you know, whatever.
You said Alexis?
No,
Alexa.
Ari.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Alexa.
Alexis.
Yeah.
Alexis.
There we go.
Alexis.
I think that kind of wraps up everything that we kind of had for you, man. You kind of burned through
thank
everything. That's
Well, thank you.
Do you want to let people know where they can find you on the internet?
Yeah, so you can find me on all social media platforms at Jeremy Lee with 3 Y's, so JeremyYyle.
Why is that?
Jeremy Lee was already taken, so I was just like, add 2 more Y's.
You gotta DM that guy.
And you can find all our YouTube and Ismahawk stuff on all social media platforms at Ismahawk. ISMA Hawk, like a bird.
HAWK. We're gonna go ahead and put all your information down in the description down below for iTunes, Spotify. But
thank you so much,
until next time,
Jeremy.
thank you.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Well, we appreciate your time, bro. I was
appreciate it.
like, damn, we're gonna have Jeremy Lee on the podcast.
Yeah, I was excited.
We've officially hit that next level, bro. That next
Dude, no, don't talk that, man.
The next time you come in here, we're gonna have reds everywhere.
Reds, every camera.
all
red.
monstros.
All monstros.
But, thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll catch you guys in the next morning dinner.
Every time I come in the kitchen, you in the kitchen. In the goddamn refrigerator.
I sure am hungry.